Cheers. 2015.
To another year. Finally, coming to you from sunny Southwest Florida.
Hey everyone, it's been a while, but we're back.
Finally.
In action.
We died, we came back to life.
I think 2015, more than anything, was a year in review. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
The old stuff.
I see what you're going there. Yes. We started the year, we started with a achievement challenge.
Yep.
And, well, we played a backlog of games, so we're a little short-handed when it comes to that list, but
yeah, like we both have a pretty good back catalog of games that we haven't played through. So when this challenge was accepted, we kind of went to our older games. And this year, I mean, personally for me too, I bought the games that I was super interested in and was given to. So I feel like my time was well placed. Yeah, my time playing. I played a lot of Binding of Isaac Rebirth, by the way, too. That came out. So it came out PC last year. Came out on Xbox this year. Did not put it on my list because it was placed last year.
Yep.
If it was going to be on my list, though, it would have been #1 this year because I did spend an incredible amount of time with that game. Basically getting almost all the achievements on the Xbox. Just want to throw that out there. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened this year too. We watched all of Lost.
Yep.
Wanted to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, that
was 4 months of our lives.
Yeah, and that was a good 4 months.
Wasn't it?
Of how many seasons?
6 seasons.
So we watched 6 years in 4 months.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
We have to put up all that bull crap with the
waiting.
Yeah, we're gonna play an episode this month, and you can wait another month before you see the next episode.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I had to suffer through that.
And the writer's strike and all that. I didn't have to suffer any of it.
No, you're a lucky man.
Yeah. And I got to see it on the your collector's edition, which was pretty rad.
Isn't it?
That's in the other room.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very nice.
Thank you. So we had that. We had our fun road trip with the guys.
Yep, back in March.
Yep.
In March we went to the Appalachian Trail, hiked.
Great Smoky Mountains.
Yes, they are great. Gatlinburg was amazing.
Wasn't it?
Nashville was amazing.
Yes.
So that was one of, if not the funnest trip of my life so far.
I would say so for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a highlight. Just good times. There wasn't any drama except for like having to wake up early that one day. Other than that, there wasn't any drama. That's the benefit.
It was a very, very peaceful. It's the polar opposite of our November, December dealing with holiday traffic.
Yeah, pretty much.
So March was
and
our.
It snowed.
And it snowed our final day. I got to see snow for the first time.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was my first time ever seeing snow, and it was I guess what people would call a nice snow, where it just comes down in soft flakes and drifts down. And
for having to hike through snow, it was the good version of snow to hike through. Like
that last 3 miles though, I was freezing my nuts off.
It was horrible.
That was
horrible. That was bad.
It was a 10-point. I think it was a 12-mile hike for us to get back to the cars.
12.
Yeah, so
that sounds right. Not because it sounds like the longer of the two options, but because that sounds more accurate.
Yeah.
And we hiked 24 miles in the snow. But yes, so a lot of things happened with Fractal Minds. We built the studio. That's right, we built it. And yeah, Fractal Minds has been fun. We've taken the last 2 months off. Needed a breather. I joined a band.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
That happened recently too. That was very nice.
Yeah, wasn't it? Glad that's over with. Just kidding.
He joined it. They kicked it back out.
Yeah. My history of bands have stayed consistent, but no, really.
His first concert, 24th,
23rd.
23rd. That was day off.
If you're in the sunny Southwest Florida area, come out to Cape Coral and watch my band play.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Really excited.
The band name.
Bargain Bin Heroes. We like to play the punk ska as our forefathers and Les and Jake taught us.
Our forefathers.
Yeah, really excited about that. Really excited to see what happens with playing music. in 2016, and really excited what Fractal Minds turns into too. You're going to be working on some writing stuff, right?
Yep, I've started writing it a little bit. My most recent one was a tangent on
That's
the holidays against versus retail workers. So
you can feel the anger in that article.
It just I had to edit censor myself because I mean I could have dropped a lot more cuss words and stuff, but I made it readable.
Yeah, it's very readable.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna try to get into that more. You're gonna see some changes. Well, actually, you won't, because like this whole camera part. Basically, what I'm gonna be doing. Well, do we want to talk about the Fractal Minds changes right now, or do we want to?
Let's save that for the end.
Okay. Fractal Minds will have some changes, but
we still don't even know what's going to be happening.
Yeah, we're still have to talk about it, but we do apologize for not showing up for the last month. It was very stressful outside of work, so when we came home, we just wanted to relax. We really didn't want to record videos.
Yeah, it's been busy.
And edit and all that stuff. November, December sucks. If you're, well, I don't want to say just for retail, but definitely in retail, November, December suck.
It's a crazy time.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's shopping. You see the worst of people. It's
Yeah.
the most thankful time of the year. You see the worst of people.
I love you, honey, but fuck you.
Yeah. You who can't make a living on your own. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But,
what do you mean there's a line for this free thing? Anyway.
So we're going to go over, well, as we go...
2015. Let's go. You want to go over the news?
We're going to go...
You have some news
stories. Start with the video games. Alright, this is the year in review for games that I felt were the most important. My list started getting long, so I did leave out a few things.
I didn't know when he was going to end.
I think writing took up the most part of it. So.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just going to say I'm in pretty good Christmas colors right now.
Green
It's past Christmas, but I got the green and red.
Yeah.
Proud.
You got yellow and black too.
Yeah, well, main colors.
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
Okay, so I guess nothing really happened in January.
Nothing happened in January.
Nope, nothing really relevant. So, from February 3rd,
Alright.
Sony sold Sony Online Entertainment to Columbus Nova and has renamed Daybreak Game Company.
Oh.
So, if you see any Game Break Company features later. Daybreak Game Company. Yeah.
Okay.
So, also on February 3rd, Game Critic Joystick was shut down by AOL.
Oh, that's a great news story. that broke my heart.
They're around forever.
Joystick was along for a very long time. In college time, that's when I remember myself going on the Joystick for the first time. My buddy Cameron said, "Hey, this is where I get all my news." I'm like, "Oh, this is a really cool site." So every day henceforth, I went on Joystick to see what happened that day.
And now he has Giant Bomb.
Well, I have Giant Bomb, I've read it. But yes, Joystick used to be my go-to what is going on in the video game world, and I was very sad to see it shut down.
Did they ever say why AOL shut down, or just AOL decided?
Money.
I guess.
Yeah.
AOL knew they weren't going anywhere with video games, so they're like, well, I guess we'll just get rid of the...
Pretty much, yeah. Restructuring, restaffing.
And this one hurt me. March 4th, a month later, EA shut down the headquarters of Maxis.
Oh,
the creators of SimCity and Spore, which I've never really played Spore, but it listed it as a notable game that Maxis created.
Well, you only released 2.
Yeah. But man, SimCity, man, I killed hours on SimCity. I loved it. And
SimCity 2000?
Yeah, 2000, I had that. And then the other one that didn't get that, I think it was SimCity 4, which is where basically you had a state and you could create different cities. So if you wanted to do like plumbing, you know how like you have plumbing agreements with your neighbors, or trash or electricity agreements. If say I had a city, and then you could create your own city, and then we could do our own. So you create the city next door to me, like.
Okay.
It was.
They had that in SimCity 4.
Yeah.
That's really weird because you know the new one, the new SimCity.
Yeah.
It had a huge controversy because of things like that, and you had to it was required to do that.
Yeah. Well, this one was just like. It was like more of a single player. Like you could just do it right there. So you could create all the cities you wanted if you wanted to in that state. You didn't have to have multiplayer.
Okay.
But it gave you the opportunity.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So, and it gave you like medium land zones, large land zones, and stuff like that for cities.
Small ones.
Yeah, the small ones.
Extra small.
Okay. Extra large.
Extra large if you're lucky.
Alright, Onward and upward. I love SimCity, so here Maxis get shut down.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
It hurt me.
That was a bummer.
Second most to Ensemble Studios being shut down by Microsoft last year or 2 years ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Age of Empires, rip. Anyways, in April 2015, 2K Australia, the developer for Borderlands, the prequel, was shut down by Take-Two Interactive. So
okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, yeah, the prequel sucked.
Really, I never really heard the results on it.
Oh yeah, it was bad. As someone who really likes Borderlands series, Borderlands 1 and 2, I rented Borderlands prequel from GameFly, and just playing it, just the feel of it felt wrong. There was just something about it. Like, it has the characters, it has the world in a way, but just the look of it, the feel of it especially, it's just
really?
Like, you could tell it's
I never got to play it. So.
Don't bother.
Really?
Yeah,
It's that bad?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Normally, like, I would want to, like, finish a Borderlands game, but that one I'm just like, nope, not interested.
That sounds like me and Josh reviewing Batman or Arkham Origins. Like, it just didn't
What's
feel
the common similarity there?
Yeah, different developer. Gotcha.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Very important.
Which that comes up later on in this, which I already told you about.
Exciting.
Matthew Armstrong, or April 20th, sorry. Matthew Armstrong, creator of Borderlands.
April 20th?
Yep, April 20th. Yeah, it's 20. I don't know, like 20 or 28. I'm pretty sure it's 20th. Matthew Armstrong, creator of Borderlands series, left Gearbox Software.
Really?
Yep. It didn't make him a clickable name when I was looking him up,
Yeah.
so it didn't let me know where he went. He
Gotcha.
just
In the dust.
Yep.
Pups to dust. Modest Mouse song. Hey, Modest Mouse album came out this year. That was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was
Strangers to Ourselves. Did you not listen to it?
Oh yeah, you
We
were
listened to it on the road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Yeah, hell yeah, that was excellent. Dude, music. The biggest thing for music that happened to me this year was the fact that I got a radio in my truck. I haven't had a radio in my truck in 3 years.
Oh, Kevin.
The radio was just more of aesthetic. It was, I got a radio.
Oh, you have a radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to listen to anything? No.
I remember going to a girl's birthday party, and I was the DD for them. And they're like, hey, what do you got on radio? I'm like, here's what's on my Slacker radio app via my phone. And I had a phone clip, my visor, and I played it.
Yeah.
And then we listened to music on my phone.
Hey, that works.
So, April 27th, following the cancellation of Silent Hills, Konami delisted itself from New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
Konami took some hits this year.
This is a very interesting progression for Konami. Starting here, spoiler alert, ending here.
Yeah, it's
I'm excited to see what happens with Konami in 2015.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. They were so silent about it. It doesn't even half of it doesn't even list on.
Exactly. The reason why they're silent about it.
One thing I didn't list on here, which I will mention before I forget, would be the fact that Konami, they did not allow Hideo Kojima to accept the award for that Metal Gear Solid 5 got. They didn't. They banned him
from the Game Awards that Jeff Keighley hosted.
After everything the man's done for you, is there no dignity? Is there no
honor?
Honor? I don't. We'll go with that. All right, let's get through the list here. May 22nd, happy news. BioWare celebrated its 20th anniversary.
BioWare?
Yeah, celebrated 20th anniversary. Now, because there's something funny that happens later, just mention, going back, Matthew Armstrong left Gearbox.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go real quick. Oh, never mind. I'm a little ahead of myself. I apologize. So, sorry. May 26th, I'm going to botch this all to crap. Oskari Hakinen, head of the franchise development of Remedy Entertainment, creators of Alan Wake and Max Payne,
Called it.
left Remedy.
Aww.
So he left them.
As long as Sam Lake's there, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So this is the part that I got ahead of myself. March 26th, the head of the franchise development for Remedy Entertainment, he left.
Okay.
June 3rd, the CEO of Remedy Entertainment, Matthias Mallarinian, he departed and went to the War Games, which is the developer of World of Tanks. So you have the head of the franchise development and the CEO of Remedy Entertainment both leaving.
Yeah.
That comes up again later.
I feel good about that studio still, though. That is kind of worrying.
Mm-hmm.
But with what they're showing with Quantum Break, and like I said, kind of mentioning, Sam Lake is the main dude behind that studio.
Okay.
So
maybe there's a direction he wants to go that the other two didn't really
possibly
like. So he's just like, y'all can go my direction, or you can.
And
GTFO.
honestly, that studio, they're not the highest selling studio in the world. They're not a Rockstar. They're not a BioWare.
Yeah.
They released Alan Wake, which didn't do gangbusters. It's a great game. I fucking love that game so much.
I haven't played it.
But it's a wonderful game, and I'm super excited about Quantum Break. That game looks so exciting. Move on.
I have to look it up more.
It's all time bendy. It has a whole TV show aspect. So like, you like playing video games, then you want to take a break, so you watch a TV show.
What?
Yeah.
Game he's looking forward to in 2016. It's supposed to come out in 2016?
Yes.
Game he's looking forward to in 2016.
Yep. Number one most looking forward game.
So, if you're listening to this at all, if someone in your
anyone's listening to this at all, besides Kevin and James,
if you fuck up, you'll have one person who's putting you on a pedestal. That if you don't meet that requirement,
who? Quantum Break?
Yeah, you and the Quantum.
So I'm putting the game on the pedestal.
Yes.
That's okay. Yeah.
So you're looking for. So if you fuck
that's
up,
my number one.
you'll have someone who's voicing his opinion. Just so you know.
Oh sure. Yeah. If I'm like upset about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All this stuff we promised, gone.
Has two guys from Lost in it,
Mm-hmm.
and Game of Thrones.
I did. You did show me that. That's right. I was in a Game Informer.
Mm-hmm.
They showed
they
the
had a whole month dedicated to it.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, July 11th. We're in July 11th.
Wow, day before my birthday.
Well, it's not good news.
Oh.
This is when the president and CEO of Nintendo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that.
Satoru Iwata.
Oh.
He died at the age of 55. That was a shock.
Super sad news. That and like you said, super shock. 55 years old.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect. He looked healthy. I mean, he looked it.
Look, when that news came out,
Mm-hmm.
people were obviously talking about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's all people were talking about. Apparently, he was sick for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo even. I don't think he went to the E3 previous of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was there for that because of health reasons.
Okay.
And he made this year's, but then he was like not feeling well after that.
Do you remember what it was that caught it?
I want to say cancer.
Cancer?
Yeah.
That, I mean, wouldn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Yeah. Very sad news. He was a great man.
Mm-hmm. He never did anything wrong. It will be interesting to see the direction Nintendo goes in now.
Real quick, because I just remembered this. How cool he was as like a top level Nintendo guy. He used to be a programmer. Like he used to be bottom level.
Mm-hmm.
But like when he would rise through the ranks, like he would still like be programming and helping out teams that needed help. Like he like cares about making the games as much as being a head honcho and making money. You know, like he just cares about the games. So truly a big loss.
Yes, definitely. And I'm sure the company treated him better than Konami did with Hideo Kojima.
For sure.
So then, that same month, July 29th, Windows 10 was released.
Hey! Yeah,
Yay.
that was a big tech release.
The computer, other than the small glitch that I have yet to figure out, I haven't really worked. I gave it a solid, like, 2 hours of my time and, like, fuck it, the computer works. I'll let the same error message keep popping up. So,
That's usually the battle with PCs. Can't fix it. I can live with it.
It's not affecting anything. But other than that small glitch, I mean, it seems to work well.
Yeah.
Not a fan of it on the Xbox One.
Yes.
Don't really care for it. I wish they'd go back. I can't even see. I was wanting to see. Maybe it's on there. I just can't find it. But you remember how before it showed your top 5 friends with gamer scores?
Yep.
I don't see that anymore.
See
like
it.
I can't see how well I've done to you compared to this month. And
sure.
for our achievement challenge, that just kind of like it.
Yeah.
That was a shortcoming for.
The whole next Xbox experience update that they were pushing for, it seemed like they were doing a lot of things right, But then
I would agree.
when it came out, they did a lot. They backstepped actually. So
yeah, I thought they were going in a great direction. James and I were both happy. Like, all right,
Super
updates every month. It looked great. It felt like a new system every other month because they kept changing things.
Yep.
And then Windows 10, and it was like, I can only hope that more updates are in the future that they.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it will be.
Yeah. They have to. They better.
They got plenty of years left, so yeah. Don't make us come up there.
Like when Fractal Minds throws down.
We got a fan base that if we start, trolling on you, they will. Never mind.
No one will believe that, Kevin. Yeah.
So all the negative stuff. You got franchise development and the CEO of Remedy Entertainment leaving this year earlier.
Okay.
August 26th.
Keep bringing up Remedy.
August 26th. Remedy Entertainment celebrates its 20th anniversary.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. I remember they did something special for that.
Yeah. So then September 14th, Tatsumi Kimishimiya was appointed president of Nintendo. So he's a new guy. He took over for Satoru. And this, I'm not too happy about it, but I mean, hell, The Sims is already a stupid cell phone game anyway. So Maxis has been reassigned September 24th. Maxis was reassigned to EA Mobile.
Oh, weird.
Yay! Maxis is a mobile developer now.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah,
so they were shut down, but then
they reassigned whatever team they had left. The headquarters they shut down. So like there was like a Maxis Montreal or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
They basically reassigned them to the EA's mobile division,
which is connected to another development that we're going to talk about later.
You're assuming.
Oh, I know.
September 30th. Twisted Pixel Games separated from Microsoft Studios
and
became an independent studio again.
Again.
They are, yeah.
Which is a good word to put in there.
They're probably going to, well, I mean, at Microsoft, well, they haven't come out with have they come out with a good game since Explosion Man?
No, they haven't.
So
which is super disappointing because as a development team that was early on in releasing downloadable games, the Xbox Live Arcade games, which was so big last generation, this team seemed so promising, especially when Explosion Man came out.
Yeah.
And everything afterwards has been disappointing. So
yeah,
especially after the whole Microsoft buying them out.
Now, there's a game that I'm unfamiliar with that you may have heard. I've unfortunately, Explosion Man, as popular as it was, I never had the opportunity to play it or Miss Explosion Man, or was it Miss?
Miss Explosion Man was super hard.
Yeah, so I didn't get really a chance to play those. There's a game called The Mall that they also came out with. That
was their first game.
Okay.
And that was alright. I played that after I played Explosion Man, and it was okay. Nothing too special about it. But Explosion Man was a fun version of Sonic.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, the next one, this is what I was talking
Comic Book Jumper, super disappointing. Just throwing it out there.
Comic Book Jumper?
Comic Book Jumper.
Was it supposed to be like, what was that Nintendo game?
It was Comic Zone?
No, it was like the guy, you play as him, but then he's also a superhero, and the games you're playing on look like comics.
Comic Zone.
It's not called Comic Zone. It was like something Man.
Comic Man. You were the superhero character.
I think the newest games that came out with the second one finally, and it introduced a female character. It was for Nintendo. It was a game I never played.
There's over 100 games for Nintendo.
But this is a superhero. It was like an original superhero you never heard
Superman.
of.
Batman.
An original superhero.
Spawn. Anyway, he like jumped into his comics or his like movies and stuff like that. So
okay,
but super disappointing.
Okay,
make better games, Twisted Pixel. You have such promise.
Now that you're independent, maybe Microsoft was telling him to go in a certain direction. Now that they're away from Microsoft, which is, I mean, it's interesting that I'm seeing other people leave, and there was like someone else where like someone left Bethesda Studios, but I didn't put it on there just because I didn't want it filled, the year in review filled with people changing companies.
Leaving, yeah.
Yeah, so if you get mad at me for leaving out big company people leaving, that's because I didn't want everything filled up. The next one is going to earn Microsoft, in my opinion, like billions of dollars, or it's going to get them ahead of other companies. And this is going to be a little bit long. It happened on October 2nd. Microsoft purchased Havok from Intel. Now, they partnershiped with game developers Activision, EA, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, Bethesda Studios, and Ubisoft.
Havoc used to.
Yeah, partnership with them.
Oh yeah.
Also, they have cross-platform technology used on every system. Every system. Nintendo, all the Nintendo systems, all the Xbox systems, all the PlayStation systems, or Sony systems, sorry. They also have tech used in over 150 games. I didn't even go into I can mention two that I kind of read was Elder Scrolls and Half-Life were two big ones. There was all kinds of big names. The list is already long.
I remember booting up Half-Life and seeing the Havoc.
Yeah. They were also involved with special effects for movies Poseidon, Troy, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and most notably, The Matrix.
Oh, wow.
So they're a big company for Intel, and Microsoft purchased them. So
yeah, that's big.
I wonder if Microsoft is going to be like, screw all of you. Now their technology is going to Microsoft only, and of course their game developers. Or if they're just going to make money off of all these people and just getting
license it.
Yeah, so many people already use them. It's going to be hard for them to find a company.
That can be big.
So
you're right. That can be really big.
Yeah.
They're basically like a third-party company that instead of having a developer make their own, like, because they were like if this fell over, it would fall realistically. And that's what the Havoc engine is.
Okay, yeah. All right, so they designed the, not the graphics, but I get what you're saying.
Fractal effects.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I mean, unfortunately, you're not going to really hear Havoc did this. It's going to be more or less Havoc's just going to be involved with all these, and you're not going to know about it until you see him at the beginning of a game.
Yeah. Logo plastered.
Yep. So if you ever see him again, it's a Microsoft company.
Microsoft.
November 2nd.
Speedtree.
Activision Blizzard acquired game developer King Digital for $5.9 billion.
That's right. King made Candy Crush.
That was my trivia question for you. So yeah, the Candy Crush saga.
Yeah, that's big.
So $5.9 billion.
Is that more? Billion?
Billion with a B.
I think that's more than the Marvel accusation. And the Lucasfilm accusation, like I think that's bigger than those. That's unreal.
Activision, who the fuck's in charge of your money?
Bobby Kotick, he's insane. He wants all the money. It's like give us that one money. Well, also to be fair, so big money accusations like that, no one flat out gave a suitcase of $5 billion.
Yeah.
A lot of that is like stocks and all that bullshit.
I'm sure.
Liquid money and whatever makes up the money of nowadays, whoever makes the rules.
Yeah. I'm sure like maybe it's like it gave them a percentage or something, and that percentage equates to a couple $1 billion maybe, like in stock or whatever, like you said. That makes sense. A good point. November 6th, 2K China closed by Take-Two Interactive. Their next game, which also was canceled, was Borderlands Online. So which we talked about previously, where if you get a developer who isn't originally part of the team, I was telling James, I didn't tell James the whole list, so some of this is new to him, most of it is. But this is something that we joked about earlier about Take-Two CEO executives probably walked in and saw what they were doing with Borderlands, was like, yeah, this is gone, this is...
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done, kid.
We're shutting you down.
Yeah.
You lived a good life.
And continue on that, the next Borderlands game, that could be super exciting, because Borderlands 2 was such a well-made game, and then the next continuation of that, like what the ending of Borderlands 2 was, showing all the different vaults and all that, leading to be like a MMO type game, that could be very big.
Yeah.
So if that isn't big, like if Take-Two did see a failing product, like I'm glad they shoveled it versus
instead of just pushing it out for money and then get a bad reputation. Destiny. I think we bashed Destiny throughout the entire year so far.
Yeah,
and,
apparently it made a good comeback this year with Taken King.
It did.
I don't like the money aspect of it.
Yeah, I up until literally 3 days ago, I was still following their Facebook page. I decided to finally unfollow it because their page, their
I'll
stuff,
show you.
Their stuff. Well, no, it's because mostly like they'd post more stuff on Facebook about they have it was something that me when you and I still played, the Iron Banner.
Mm.
Play the Iron Banner this week. And I'm like, okay, that's nothing new. So I clicked on the thing, and everyone who bought the new edition of the game, it's just, I didn't see maybe one person. For every 20 people bashing the game, there was one person in support of it. Like, there was not many people, still the same people who hated them. And there were still the same people like me, the year one, what do they call it?
Year one.
Year one?
Yeah.
Of the game that talked about, how Bungie, dropped the ball on year one gamers and stuff.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of bullshit around Destiny.
yeah. I'd probably have to wait until Destiny 2 comes out, which is what you keep looking forward to, is Destiny 2.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that
It's gonna happen.
they're gonna learn from their mistakes, maybe focus a little more on a story.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need something. I mean, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. We could go on about Destiny.
December 10th.
Okay, December 10th, so we're in the home stretch.
November 6th to December 10th. EA established Competitive Gaming Division, which is a new division headed by Peter Moore. Used to be part of the Xbox and Xbox 360.
And he headed EA Sports for the longest time.
Yep. And they are focusing mostly on esports, which is a pro gaming, what do we call it? It's a competition, basically, for pro gamers.
They're focusing a whole team on that aspect now, and that's really boomed in the recent times.
Oh yeah.
So fun fact, Peter Moore, when he was a part of Xbox, he was the guy when I want to say Halo 2 come out. He here's the tattoo.
Oh really?
State.
Really?
And then the next year he did Grand Theft Auto. Or something.
Oh really?
Like yeah. He's obviously real tattoos.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And to wrap it up, the final thing, which I think you said there was something else that was going to be followed up later on in the year, but
Konami talks?
maybe. But December 16th, the last thing with Konami.
Oh, okay.
That was how I'm wrapping it up. Kojima Productions was reestablished as an independent studio headed by Hideo Kojima.
Hey, look at that.
Yep.
So I guess, let's go into some history of that real quick. We'll sum it up real quick. So, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain comes out.
Huge success.
Huge success. Big gangbusters, great reviews, blah, 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 blah. Hideo Kojima, obviously the creator of it, the legend behind the whole series of Metal Gear Solid, in the months leading up to that game, shit was going down. Konami was removing him from the game. They almost removed his name off the title of the game. They wanted to do so much about that. And from what I heard, the only big thing negative with Kojima was that he's over budget and takes a while making his stuff. But it's not well deserved. I mean, he makes a great product.
Look what Metal Gear Solid 5 did.
Yeah, not being this year of 2015 for me also has been the awakening of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
I think last year actually it started with watching the playthroughs of the first Metal Gear, possibly number 2, but then this year I watched for sure 3 and 4, and then also watched 5 now, and it's just watching holy shit, this is the best anime ever. That's basically what he makes is great anime games. Yeah. But just a great developer who's made great stuff, and then for this company, Konami, who in recent times hasn't done anything special. The only big things that they had has been Metal Gear and a soccer game, PES, whatever that stands for, I forget.
Yeah.
But they're basically, without saying this, but everyone can see this, this has been, ear quotes is the second title for this episode. I forget what the first one, year in review.
Oh, yeah, here.
But, Konami is basically getting away from AAA production games, like Metal Gear Solid, like Halo, whatever. And they're going towards, mobile games and pachinko machines. Yeah, that's right. They're a Japan company, and there's things called pachinko machines where you put in money, you pull down the lever, and you get balls of stuff. That is big business over in Japan, Kevin. Pachinko machines.
So, I'm assuming they like sell little action figures for their animes and stuff in these little pachinko.
That's what Konami is going to be focusing on instead of making awesome games like Metal Gear Solid.
Wonder what are they seeing something we don't? Yeah, video games are on the decline. They're not going to make it. Let's get out of video games while we still can.
Basically, it's become... the budgets have become too high for games where you can spend less money and get a higher return on a mobile game. You can spend, say, $10,000, but make $1 million back on paid transactions, the pay-to-play games, stuff like that. Like, that has become what... unfortunately, that's where the industry is going. That's where our consumers are telling Konami that's what they want. Yeah, kind of a bummer.
You know what? I can tell game developers what I want.
Yeah.
More time.
Yes, invent a time machine.
There you go. I could use more. I could play games all day, but I don't have the time. That's my issue. I play console games, computer games. Fuck mobile games.
Seriously, yeah. I mean, especially with
everything's. Oh, you want to? They're all time based. Like, okay, this
the
thing.
Simpsons tapped out.
Yeah, this action's gonna take 13 hours. So you got to come back in 13 hours, or you can speed it up if you spend money on this bullshit to get the time to go up quicker. Like, that's fucking idiotic. I mean, this is me not censoring myself for a review.
Yeah.
That's mobile games in general. I don't care. Some of them could be addictive. Some of them could be fun.
Some are good, but this whole pay-to-win stuff.
Yeah, it's retarded. It's ridiculous. Excuse me. No offense to retards. Okay? It's idiotic.
There you go. Better word.
God.
Sorry for unleashing the beast there, guys. Yeah, it's very frustrating to see that because Konami used to be a very... one of the mainstay developers. They were a big name. Castlevania was a big franchise that used to have. Contra. I mean, everyone knows the Konami code. They were a big deal in the Nintendo era, and then in just recent years, they...
Why not just create a subdivision like EA's doing for their mobile platform?
It makes more money. Kevin's so angry. Alright, was that the last one?
That was it for the year. That was good on you, Hideo Kojima, for sticking to your...
Exactly.
For sticking to what you like.
Good news, the silver lining, it looks like Hideo Kojima is going to be allowed to have his own studio now, again, free from the Konami reigns. It looks like they're partnering with PlayStation for their first release. I'm not sure if that's going to be a forever family thing, but I'm excited to see what he does next. I wish it would just be a movie, honestly.
I mean,
that's basically what I do anyway to watch his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would not have stopped if they did not agree that Metal Gear Solid 4 was a PlayStation exclusive. I mean, the other ones came out for PlayStation first anyway, but I don't know, like, that's where I ended up stopping because I didn't have a PlayStation 3. You have one, you have the game, but I don't find myself hooking up the PlayStation 3 anytime soon to play that game. I guess I should just watch a playthrough of it because I don't have anything against. I mean, I played all of them up to Metal Gear Solid 4 because I didn't have a PlayStation 3.
Dude, so you haven't seen the story of that game?
I saw the main points. I saw about Merle. I saw at the very end Solid Snake. Was it Solid Snake? That they were at a graveyard. I can't remember.
Okay, so you've seen that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I saw that.
When I saw that blew my mind.
Yeah. So I saw the main points, but I still like to play the game because there's always like, Raiden coming back as
Ninja, Cyber Ninja.
Yeah. So
honestly, I'm not super excited to play the games. That has been more of like super cool story.
Yeah.
For me.
So I have to say completely away, other than seeing 5 minutes of gameplay from Metal Gear Solid 5, because I want to play it.
And that game is like the opposite. They've gone away towards less of the story, more of awesome gameplay.
Okay,
that
cool.
one. Yeah.
Cool.
There's still some story stuff, but of course because of budget, they couldn't get to all of it. So it's still a great looking game too. Beautiful.
Do you think they'll get to it with DLC?
Well, with Hideo gone.
Yeah.
Probably not.
That is crazy.
There was all. That's funny that you mentioned that because there was rumors for so long that there was secret DLC going to be released, or like the last part of the game was going to be released. But come on, that's just people being wankers.
That is crazy that they would do that. That's...
Isn't it?
So the year in review for Konami is they suck.
Alright, so since you did your game news, since we're all entertainments, I figured we'd go through some movie news. It's going to be super quick, I promise, folks. That I didn't get the resources that Kevin got for his games, but just kind of why there was some fun little stuff in here. It's basically just mostly 2 points. So Jurassic World came out. I did not see it. I don't believe in dinosaurs. And that was
ever?
No, I'm just joking. That became the #1 grossing movie, breaking the opening weekend records. I think it's the #3 gross film of all time currently. Someone is unprofessional to mute their phone. But so when Jurassic World's opening weekend engrossed worldwide $524.4 million, that was the highest opening of all time, and surpassed Harry Potter, which was the previous one, Part 2, Deathly Hallows, 483. So that was a pretty significant up. But that was earlier in the year. Jurassic World came out in summer. Guess what came out a little while ago?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, that's right. Episode 7. And guess what happened? It broke that record. It broke the Jurassic World record. Became the highest opening weekend with $529 million. Just $4 measly million above. Yeah, but it's on track. It's already reached a billion. It's on track to hopefully surpass Avatar. We can only hope. A New Hope. But one more final note. A good year for Universal Pictures, who also did Jurassic World. It is the first year that a single studio released 3 films that all grossed over $1 billion. Jurassic World, Furious 7, and Minions. 3 big franchises.
Yeah, but I feel like Furious 7, the only reason is because of Paul Walker.
That was, but the movie before, the Furious movies have been trending upwards.
That's amazing.
Isn't it? It's weird because, like, someone who watched the first 3, whatever, like, they were okay.
Yeah.
They're fun little car movies. And all of a sudden, in the last few years, they blew up.
That's amazing.
Yes. This was the first year that a studio had 3 films with $1 billion. But look at the trend that we have. All these billion-dollar movies that we have, that's in recent times. Yeah. There wasn't movies before that made $1 billion in theaters. Yeah. Like, we're getting the whole theater market seems to be growing tremendously.
It's definitely getting bigger, and it looks like, I mean, if you're going to college or something, get into movie production or editing or something with cameras or something, or acting if you're an actress.
But yeah, even just movie production, that's big. That's always needed.
Yeah,
I've done some editing. Anyway, let's get to our top list, shall we?
Sure. I can do my game list in about 5 minutes.
Let's do games first.
If not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds.
That's quick. That's what she said. All right, let's do games first. Why don't you start us off, Kevin?
Here's what happened.
Achievement Wars.
Again, we cleared out what we had in the back burner from years previously, trying to catch up. The time we thought we had was not the time we thought we had, and we didn't really I didn't get to a lot of 2015 games. 2 notables, Tales of the Borderlands, which was something that he played. I didn't get to play Tales of the Borderlands.
You didn't play Tales of the Borderlands?
No, I did not. Not yet.
Oh! Damn you, Kevin.
Another game that I have played that came out this year, there's all kinds of games that deserve honorable mentions, the obvious ones, which I'm not going to say the obvious ones. Then there's like The Escapists. I've been playing that game. Yeah. There's so much more they could have done with it that I feel like, meh.
Disappointing here.
So I wouldn't say, even though I count 5 games, oh no, sorry, I count 3 games that I played that came out this year.
Top 3.
Yep, basically. of my top 3, but
Whatever works.
that I would say deserve to be in the, I guess, Game of the Year mentions. Given the games that are there that I have not played, I wouldn't say Game of the Year worthy.
Longest disclaimer ever.
I'm trying to avoid trolls. I know the amount of games that came out and the amount of, like, the reception of them.
Yeah.
But
I can't get to everything.
Yes. So, Tales of Borderlands.
He had to play Dragon Age.
That would be on my honorable mentions. So,
Boy played a lot of Dragon Age.
Yeah. So
I played Bind of Isaac. You played Dragon Age this year.
Dragon Age Inquisition took a lot of my time. That was an amazing game. Obviously, it didn't come out this year, but they're still coming out. Oh, I don't know. They're still coming out with DLC, but there was DLC that came out this year, which I didn't get to play, or else I could have probably reviewed that instead. With the Xbox One, one of the things that they like to do is when you're playing a game and you quit, it will keep the game on in some like sub-level power. So if I get on 2 days later and I click Dragon Age, it just put me back in the game without loading at all. The problem with that is that it made it say that I played for 300 hours.
I think you really did.
No, I did not. I honestly played 100 hours of the game, maybe a little more. That's how much I played in Dragon Age Origins. Origins. Anyways,
you didn't tell me you could play musical instruments in Dragon Age.
You get to listen to a bard sing.
Oh, close enough.
And they're playing a little...
Did he?
Not a banjo or guitar, but...
Oh, like a ukulele kind of thing?
I'll go with that.
I know what you mean. Those old school guitars.
Yeah. Anyways, so... another honorable mention, Valiant Hearts. That came out recently as a free game for the Xbox One. Amazing story. I loved it. And I'm a fan of puzzle-solving games in a sense. I love that game. That was a great game. Valiant Hearts. Really talked about World War One. Some true things. My highest achievement ever came from that game, right from our achievement.
Really?
200 gamer score from one achievement, which is collect all 100 historical artifacts.
That's commitment right there, folks.
Yeah, so, okay, my 3 games I played that came out this year.
All right.
In their order would probably be...
You have 3 things to say, and you don't know the order. Oh, Kevin.
Okay, rounding out the bottom 3. Game of Thrones from Telltale Games.
Yep. Great game.
Great game. Made me angry.
Yes. Oh, can we talk about that? But we'll talk about it later. But
yeah, it made me angry.
Oh my goodness.
Now, at the end of episode, it was 6 episodes, right?
I really have to use the bathroom.
Let me pause.
You're right. We could. We have the power technology. Go through your list and we'll take a break.
I'll just say real quick. I promise it summarizes it. Episode 4 or 5 was what got me really angry that you saw.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 6, it didn't actually anger me as much.
Okay,
I was actually kind of fine with how it ended, and I can't wait to see where they go further with it. Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Followed by Undertale. That was hilarious, I thought.
Wow.
So I was hilarious. It was great. I watched a playthrough. I didn't play it, but I watched a playthrough.
Okay.
And my favorite one, because it actually officially came out this year, even though it was developed back in 2012, Prison Architect. It came out this year. It officially came out this
I quit. I'm done.
That was an amazing game.
Okay.
Hey, it officially came out in October. Okay, fine. Without James here. Basically, you get prisoners. You build. I love sim games. I love simulation games, and the fact that you could build a prison, decide what you do with it, decide the way you go, how forceful you are with them. I saw how they were adding different things with the prisoner. Like if you have very dangerous prisoners, you can put them in a different prison that you build. You can separate nice, or I wouldn't say nice prisoners, but less offensive prisoners from the more dangerous ones, the dangerous ones. You might have your informants, which unfortunately people will find out about them. You might have gang members. You have ex-cops. Different things affect how the prisoners react. With the official release of it, there was story mode now with it, where different things came up with. I guess like SimCity would consider it random events, random occurrences. So you might have a gang war start. You might have something wrong with the landscape that causes the fence to collapse. That's a small one that I know of. But I don't know. I like simulation games. And as far as the originality with the prison going as far as they did, I liked it a lot. And it's a big game. It's huge. It has a pretty good fan base. And it started off as an indie development. It garnered $10 million from supporters to develop it, and the game itself was amazing, I thought. Now, like I said, that's my game of the year because it's 2015 game that I played, but I think it deserves to be in the definitely in the honorable mentions. There's nothing wrong, I felt, with it. I was addicted to it. I played probably 50 hours. But then again, like I said, I'm someone who likes simulation games. You build stuff, and the game didn't disappoint. There was plenty to do in the game, and I didn't even play everything. Like, I didn't even use all the features. There's so much in it. And then they came out with the official release, and that was even more features I didn't use that were on it. So, yeah. Now that I defended my point to not James.
That was a great point, Kevin.
Thank you.
See why you picked President Architect now. So, that was your top 3 games of 2015. Yeah, I guess what we could have done is our top played games. Like this.
Well, in that case, Dragon Age Origins for me. Or Dragon Age Inquisition.
I don't think that should have been your favorite. I don't think you like that game.
No, not at all.
How about this? We'll save our top 10 played games of 2015 for our Achievement Wars video.
Okay.
Since we will be putting that out later, and we played a lot of games. Like, don't get us wrong, we might not have a full top 10 games 2015, but we played a shit ton of games.
Yes. Yes.
Like, my gamer score fucking went up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that email that I told you about? Microsoft Xbox emailed you year 2015.
Oh yeah.
In gaming, it said I was in the top 1% of achievements won.
Really?
2015. Exactly. I'm like, I didn't think like we got a lot of points, but there's people out there like Brown Man and who just get shit ton of
like the whole Achievement Hunter crew is like.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess don't necessarily stack up to the likes of us. Hey. I mean, you were, I'm sure, in that top percentage too.
I'm like right there.
Yeah,
I
got a lot too.
I don't remember the email though, so I gotta look at that.
We're not sure who won yet though. So my top 6 games of 2015. That's right, only 6, but pretty good games.
Yeah,
I would say they're honestly all fun, enjoyable games, and I was happy to play. Binding of Isaac Soul is number 1. Mortal Kombat X is my first game on the list. Number 6. That's right, Mortal Kombat X.
I never played the story on it, but I played the duel. So
yeah, we played. So. Would you put that on your list retroactively?
Yes, I would.
I feel
How
like this happens every year.
How did I not see that one? I'll look at the entire list of games that came out for this year. Went right over it.
Anyway, Mortal Kombat X, awesome game. The story mode, I would say, was not as good as Mortal Kombat 9, but still a very good story. It felt very samey, maybe kind of similar to Star Wars Episode 7, but
hint,
hint. But overall gameplay, the fighting of Mortal Kombat is like none other. It's very simple, but also very enjoyable. I would say, compared to other fighting games that I have no business playing ever, and the graphics look amazing. I would say that pretty proudly.
I like it. And fatalities, I keep coming up with new ways to kill people every day. Every year. Not every day.
Every day. My next game, another great, beautiful looking game. I think, not a trend of these games, but for half of them they are. Batman Arkham Knight. That's right, number 5. Again, pretty cool story.
I heard they changed the playstyle of it.
Playstyle, yes. So the big focus of the game was the Batmobile, and that was very hit or miss. There was moments where it felt great to control, then there was moments where it felt horrible control. And when the whole mission requires you to control this vehicle, and in order for you to succeed, you have to use this vehicle, and you're playing Batman, who is a badass just character in itself. Like, yeah, he has a lot of cool gadgets, but you're Batman. Like, you're just used to like using your mind, not expected to use a vehicle, and that just it felt very out of place, especially in this whole Arca franchise that we played, this whole trilogy, not counting Origins. So yeah, my number 4 game is Game of Thrones by Telltale, and as you've mentioned already, I love the story. It felt like I was watching the TV show, but every once in a while I had to push a button, and but having the options of what to do, and it felt like I never made the right decision.
Yeah.
But that's what the Game of Thrones series is. If you look back at Game of Thrones, everyone is either making the wrong decisions, or the decisions that they make end up going bad no matter what.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, oh, they're doing things right now, and then they do something to just piss you off.
Uh-huh. And that's what they did in the video game. You thought you were making the right move, and then, oh, she's dead. You're like, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. So,
and of course, the person I hated the most in the show is in the freaking game half the time. Yep. And it pissed me off.
He made a lot of appearances.
He did.
His influence was felt a lot.
Yes. My problem is that because he hasn't died in the TV show, you know he's not dying in the game.
So that can affect your options. Yeah, there was a scene where you can choose to go to stab him, and obviously if you watch the TV show, you know that you're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be stopping you and mad.
Yeah. So
you don't pick that option, but then so you pick the other option. So yeah, I definitely see that. I don't usually like when they give you an option to cause a paradox either, because you know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you. There's grievances with that. I did like the life and death choices, or death and death choices.
Yeah.
That moment at end of episode 5, that left me like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What just happened? Like that was an epic moment for me. That was probably like one of the better Telltale series. Like they're always their choices. Like that's one of the better ones for me. Like the one that stands out. Yeah, I really like that game a lot. And riding on the coattails of that is the Tales from the Borderlands game. Again, basically, like, those two were awesome hand in hand because they kept telling these awesome stories, and it was nice to see that because Telltale had The Walking Dead, and for a non-Walking Dead year, and even The Wolf Among Us too, like, these are keep on the brand new seasons. Like, I actually haven't played a season 2 of a Telltale game, so all this promise of the characters continue on, like, I haven't seen that yet.
Walking Dead season 2 is just...
I do need to play that.
It kills you.
I'm gonna play it probably at the start of this new year. But
oh shit! That was a 2015 game, wasn't it? Season 2. Was it coming out late last year?
I think late last year.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but I was gonna say all these first season Telltale games have been awesome, but the Tales from the Borderlands especially has been one of my favorites. It's of course based off the universe in the Borderlands series, and there's a lot of cool character interactions with that, but the characters that they had in this series were some of my favorites that Telltale's ever had. It's a very funny series. It does a lot of cool... You control 2 characters, so instead of... The Game of Thrones series introduced controlling the multiple heroes. In Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead, you had your one character. So you were just affecting one character... Well, you were affecting other character stories, but...
this one you had 5 main characters.
Yeah, so you're affecting different areas, too, of the world. This one you had 2, and it was a boy and a girl, a man and a woman, and that was pretty cool. Seeing two sides of a coin almost, and like their interactions with that. Like, no, you didn't tell a story right. This is what really happened. There are a lot of moments of that where you're playing the game is playing with us instead of us playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, so that was a lot of fun to see. Highly recommended for the story. It blew me away, but not enough to be number 1 or number 2. Number 2, which I don't understand how you didn't put this on your list. Rock Band 4.
Oh.
Rock Band 4 came out, and yes, we were part of the
I
Rock
didn't
Band
finish the story mode.
We were part of the Rock Band Road crew, but all bias aside with that, I'm a long lifetime fan of Rock Band. So just I would have bought this game hands down. I was ready to buy this game, but when we part of the promotion, didn't have to. So that was probably awesome. Putting all that aside, this is still an amazing experience for me. I love this game. There's nothing like it. I'm obviously with certain aspects of this game attract different people. For me, it's playing the music. That just touches me in a different way that nothing else can. You can listen to music, which is great. I love doing that. But being able to play the drums along to the songs, it tells you what to play, so it feels like you play every song in the world, and it's awesome. There's nothing like that. So for a new version of this game to come out, instead of having to bust out the Xbox 360 and play Rock Band 3, I now have Rock Band 4, which so far has been taking all the previous DLC. It's going to be taking the disc games. We have Green Day on there now. We have Rock Band 3 on there now. We're soon to get Rock Band 1 and 2, and Lego Rock Band. Over 1,000 songs are going to be soon available for me to play on Rock Band 4. That's awesome.
That is. And I don't really have a gripe about Rock Band. I don't know why I didn't add it either. Bye, Molly. And
like Snowball too.
Except that doesn't happen this year. We went from a white cat to a black cat.
We reversed Michael Jackson.
Good times.
Yes, your disappointments in Rock Band 4
would be that, like I said, it's not really disappointment. It sounds like I'm being petty about it, but you know, there's no animated story in between anymore. It's more of a text-based story, and not even
kind of weak on that.
Yeah,
it's something that I would not have felt bad if they weren't pushing it more than they did.
Yeah,
they said this was going to be a Rock Band RPG where your choices matter and all this stuff. It's like, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it kind of fell flat.
Yeah,
and then something we griped about yesterday. Makes you choose disc songs only during the tour a lot, and sometimes there's songs you really don't want to play, and then
but not even just on disc, because that is fine.
Yeah, there's good songs.
There's like 60 songs on there. At certain points, it only gives you 12 options.
Yeah,
and it's very limiting.
Yeah.
It just
when you have 5 different tours, not tours, but 5 different stages.
Stages.
And you got to choose. Okay, you just played. And there's times where you get to vote for the song between the bandmates, or you get to choose a song outright. And 2 different stages, we got to choose songs. Both times the same songs appeared. And not, like I said, he makes a good point. Great songs are great songs on the CD, but the songs we got to choose from were the same 15 to 20, and maybe 5 to 6 were ones that we liked.
This game, especially that advertises play all of your songs.
Yeah,
it's just like, come on, tour, like, let us choose playing Green Day's album all these times, or like other things. Like, we have over 700 songs on there. Let's play them more.
Yeah. The play mode is pretty cool now. I mean, I like it. I mean, there's like a voting aspect. Yeah, that's pretty cool, and you can choose to do an encore or not.
That stuff's nice. I do like when we do overdrive at the same time. It awards that. It awards good play while you're playing.
Yeah.
And that just like gives you one little extra tick. Like, yes, I am rocking this whole song. And recently, and what is cool about this game, in Harmonix, like what they're saying is they are continuing to update this game, and that is big. And a point that I mentioned to you last night as well. We had a little Rock Band 4 session last night. That was nice. We probably go play tonight too.
I would mind.
Might as well. Anyway, maybe we should go on Twitch with that. Live, people. This is what happens. Fractal Live. They're continuing to update this game.
Wasn't there a big update that was supposed to come out recently?
Yep, December 8th. There was an update. They updated when you finish a song, instead of just showing your percentage, it shows your streak and all that. And if you full comboed it, it gave you a special little flair. That was what I was going to try and mention. So they're continuing to update the game, and that's awesome because this game needs it, which is unfortunate. Like, this game had the very potential of being my number one, but because of some faults in there, I couldn't do it.
Yep.
But number one, The Witcher 3.
Hey!
For someone who's played The Witcher 1, just a little bit longer than what you have, and it's like not much, like the first like 10 hours or so. Oh, I actually played. But did you get to the second place?
I got to you go to the city that's in a wall, and then you end up in a swamp.
In the swamp. Okay, so I went farther a little bit than that. Witcher 1, I see where they're going at. It's a fun, cool thing. Didn't play Witcher 2. Kind of want to do that. Anyway, wrapping that all up, Witcher 3 is fucking awesome.
I only played like 20 minutes of it, and I was like, I need to play the other games, even though you don't need to.
Yes.
But otherwise, from what I've seen in my 20 minutes of playing, were pretty freaking amazing, and the graphics were just out of this world. And the gameplay was good too. But
yes. You can get a lot. So, Kevin, you are someone who enjoys the story. Like,
I could tell I had one.
Yes, like backstory connections and all that. I can totally get your viewpoint of doing that, like playing the previous games to get that. You'll probably be well rewarded for that.
Okay.
Playing this game without that is just fine. Like for someone who doesn't need that, I used to be someone who wanted to be like that. I don't have time anymore, so I can't do that, and I wish I could for this game, but I refuse not to because I want to play this game. So the game is beautiful. It plays great. It's very frustrating at first when you're getting used to the fighting style. You die a lot, or like with me, I was just like not blocking enough. So you learn to block more. You learn to use like your healing spells, so you don't have to use more food items and food potions. But the quests are amazing. A side quest could be something that in a different game feels like main story content and significant story content, but that's just a side quest that you're never going to see that character again, and you're just like, how is this possible? The quality of the quests that you do and the story is amazing. Like, it just feels unreal, and kind of what Bethesda goes for, where it's more anything can happen. Like, this open world, it still feels alive, but it never broke on me. Like, it played amazingly. Technically, I played on Xbox One, and it ran fine. Like, it ran great. I didn't have to play on the PC. Like, so many games this year especially, technically, you kind of either had to play on just the PC or just the console. Like, some versions were broken, blah, blah, blah. But The Witcher seemed like it was pretty well played everywhere. There was some technical difficulties in the beginning, but shortly afterwards, they patched everything out, and it played great. But I just can't stress more, like, how little side quests it's just one little thing that you do, but it could turn into a main quest, or it feels like a main quest. It's just like unreal, like what these what they do with the characters, like the voice acting, just unreal, and the environment, just you want to like live in this world.
I have a feeling that when I finally get to it, I'm like, I'm finally here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna, in next year's Game of the Years, we talk about it, Witcher 3 will probably be on it. So.
I really hope so, because I want you to play this game. Like, this is something that I was telling everyone, you need to play this game, because I really feel like anyone can approach it. It's very hardcore RPG, but it does feel very approachable. And someone who wants to love the Elder Scrolls games, that open world style game, but just can't. I can't play those games. This was something that I sunk 50 hours in easily, and I still want to play more. I was distracted by
Binding of Isaac.
I got all the postcards. I unlocked the Lost. I did all the things with all the characters. I'm almost there. Platinum God. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I'm almost done.
It's almost a thing.
Dude, that game, you just want to come home and play a game for 45 minutes.
That's the good thing about Binding of Isaac, truly. I mean, it's not something. I mean, not to say you can't get lost in it. It's a good game, but
you can't get lost in it very easily.
It's just like, if you die, you're like, okay, I want to see how far I get the next time, and you don't know what obstacles you're against. So it's, well, everyone knows about Binding of Isaac, so I won't even go into it.
You understand my madness, though?
Yeah, I do understand it.
Yeah, it's very easy to pick up and play, and like, okay, I'm done playing, I can go to bed now. That's how it feels to me. Like, instead of being trapped playing The Witcher, next thing you know, you look at your clock, it's 2 o'clock, you're like, fuck, I have to be up in 2 hours. Like, yeah. So,
Dragon Age.
So congratulations, Binding of Isaac Rebirth as game of 2015. No, just kidding. Witcher 3. for my personal. So movies. This is going to be a very exciting list. I do not have a full top 10, but Kevin apparently does. He had to choose some off.
I actually did. One of them actually had to be taken off, but
I'm pretty excited. So give me your list.
All right. First, I'm going to mention honorable mentions, movies I wanted to see. Real quick, I'll fly right through. I'm not going to go into a description on them. And so people will get mad at me.
There's one especially I have to say, so yeah.
Oh! I'm not going to let people get mad at me.
I just remember I've not seen it yet.
I don't want people to get mad at me if I don't mention one. It's because I haven't seen it. So, of course, I'm going to mention some that I probably won't watch, but mentions. But, you know, the Peanuts movie. I don't know, you know, people are like, oh, you didn't see that. So, these are honorable mentions. These are movies that came out this year. Furious 7, I didn't see it, probably won't see it. The rest of them I want to see. Everest, Vacation. Vacation apparently was based off of the older, it's the son of
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah, very classic. Hitman, Agent 47. I mean, video games turned into movies never really work, but we'll see.
I think Timothy Oliphant, who's in Justified. I think he's the guy in that.
I think so, and he is. And I mean,
he's bald.
Yeah, he's bald. Maze Runner, Scorch.
Yeah.
The Scorch Trials, which I saw the first Maze Runner, was blown away. I heard kind of negative things about the second one.
Oh, really?
Interesting. 007 Spectre, didn't see it. Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2, didn't see it. Seen Part 1.
That's alright.
Mission Impossible 5. The Martian, really wanted to see it, didn't get to.
Yeah.
The Revenant came out earlier this month, didn't get to see it. And A Walk in the Woods, which is about two guys going and walking the entire Appalachian Trail. And I would be interested to see what that's about. Now, and also I guess another honorable mention because it's a movie I saw, but it didn't make my top 10. Tomorrowland, which...
Wait, you watched it?
I said I watched it, but it didn't make my top 10.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a movie I watched, but didn't make my top 10.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's actually going to be one on here that you're really going to be surprised about.
Okay. I'm going to relax for this one.
Yeah. So, number 10, the reason between Tomorrowland and number 10 is because it had to make an impression on me. Tomorrowland, I just felt like it could have been a 2 or a multi-parter. I felt like it started off well, the story started off, and at the end it just seemed to go really quickly. And very finite. I feel like there's no... Yeah. I don't know, it just...
They concluded and there's no...
Yeah, I wish there was 2 parts, because I wish they...
Really?
I don't know, just to see that that other universe
Yeah.
expanded
Yeah.
instead of what we saw was a very slim pickings.
Okay.
I am positive if I read the book, they probably expanded on the universe and talked about
Okay.
it more. Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
the missing chapter that explored the world for a while.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of it. I just
Yeah.
felt like
Okay.
how long was it? Hour and a half, 2 hours?
2 hours.
I felt like 30 minutes of it was dedicated to the other universe.
Sure.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, it wasn't bad. Just didn't make my top 10.
I liked it.
Number 10, Chappie.
Okay.
I liked it. It was pretty good. I was not a fan of District 9.
District 9? You were not a fan
I
of that?
hated that movie.
Really?
I was disappointed, but mainly because it was one of those, we talked about it before, where he likes to make trailers that have nothing to do with the movie. You think you're going into a whole different experience. There was one thing that bothered me with Chappie, but the director likes to make a movie where it has some kind of life meaning to it or something.
Yeah.
And Chappie, the robot.
Yeah.
You want me to give away any of it?
No.
Okay, I won't give away any of it, so I can't review it
I
too
kind
much.
of like his movies. I see where you're coming from, and I totally get that.
There's a moment at the end, like the apex of the battle, this battle scene. Awesome music's hitting. I can't think. I'm horrible with people's names. The guy who plays Wolverine. He's the main.
Oh, Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, he's the main.
He's in that movie?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's the antagonist. And
He's the bad guy?
yeah.
I gotta watch this movie.
And there's a really cool part at the end that the battle scene's pretty cool. And the music, everything. I'm a big music guy when music brings the movie together. So, Chappie, good. Number 9, Jurassic World. Didn't actually mind it too bad. It reminded me a lot of the classic Jurassic Parks.
Number 2 grossing film of this year.
Not too big on the whole, I created a new dinosaur, whatever. Didn't do a lot for me. It had, what's his name, the actor?
Chris Pratt.
Yep, Chris Pratt. He did really good on it. He did very, very good guy.
I heard he was the best part of that film.
He had very good acting ability. Very good actor. But. Number 8, Ex Machina.
Ooh, cool. It's kind of low, but okay.
Did you see Ex Machina?
Yeah, dude.
You did? I fucking hated the ending.
Oh, why?
What she did to him, he felt for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
exactly.
fucked up.
She played him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was rad. Yeah, it's definitely fucked up. I agree with you, but like, so you gotta look at it from whose story, like, we were seeing things from. Like,
yeah.
It's like it's really her story.
Yeah. And he said Ex Machina was a brilliant story in my opinion. I liked it. Had an ending that I didn't see coming.
So, do you recognize one of those characters? The actors in Star Wars?
I got some alcohol flowing through me. I can't really...
The guy who brought the...
The one who owned that base?
Yeah, who owned it.
Mm-hmm.
With, like, the beard and shaved head and all that. Oscar Isaac. He's in Star Wars. As Poe, the pilot that worked with Finn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Oscar Isaac. Who used to play ska music in Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? Who's also in X-Men Apocalypse as Apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oscar Isaac, like, this is the same character.
Connections. It's like Lost in Real Life.
Yeah.
But he was a very good actor. I mean, the acting and everything. The actress who played the robot.
Very good.
Everything was great. I just didn't like how the story played out. It just didn't play out to my way. But I mean, nothing.
Have you watched Stanley Kubrick?
I have not.
Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
2001: Space Odyssey.
Okay.
This film is a lot like Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
Like direction and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely grips you. It gets you the feels.
Cool.
Man, that's a great movie.
I like that movie. That's on your list.
Number 7. This would be the one that surprises you. Pixels. The No, you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. You're going off other people's reviews. You have not seen it. It's actually one of those. It's actually an Adam Sandler movie that's not fucking stupid.
Okay.
But I like it so much because of the nostalgia factor.
Okay.
It doesn't have any. It's all nostalgia. Like how kind of Ready Player One, the book, gets that nostalgia. That same feeling comes from Pixels, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I mean It's a pretty. It's not. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but it's not as bad as some of Adam Sandler's movies. You're like, all right, this is over the top.
Poop jokes.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's all with these video games. I actually was surprised by it myself. So I mean, I actually liked it. I can tell, like, if I'm watching the movie and I start getting on my phone and not pay attention to it. I never did that with this movie. The number 6, another one that I guess might be a kind of surprise.
My mind is blown.
Number 6 was another one. Before I say the name of it, 'cause you're wrong, it's going to be another one of those. What? Kind of, it reminded me of the classics.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, fuck no. That's not even on a model.
Transformers.
No. Terminator Genesis.
Oh.
Because it reminded me of the classics again.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. And they don't, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they play out his age as the cells that, the skin, it's aging and there's nothing new to replace it. But it has a really cool thing that's tying it in with the rest of the story.
Yeah.
With like the first 2, anyway. Yeah. And how I want to say it maybe ended it. Like it finally gave it a finish, but
they were planning sequels, but it didn't do so well. It did really well in China for some weird reason. No, seriously, it did really well, but
they like robots.
Yeah, but cool.
I liked it. Terminator Genesis, I didn't mind too much.
Interesting.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger actually has some pretty good one-liners.
Yeah.
He's like a robot. There's one moment where because he's waited all this time for this guy to come through. From the guy from number 1, the one that Sarah.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have John Connor, you know?
Yeah.
Well, this is that guy from number 1 coming through time.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is there from Terminator 2 waiting.
Terminator 2?
Or not Terminator 2, but sorry.
He's died.
It's some mind fucks a little bit where basically they went back in time, like they couldn't stop the
Skynet?
Yeah, they couldn't stop Skynet, so they kept changing little bits of so it's like it's in the future. So okay, now it's to the point where Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator character, it's like okay, they know what's going to happen. They stop certain things. They're waiting for this guy to show up.
Wow.
They don't tell you how, but he ends up somehow telling Sarah Connor that they had sex to have John Connor kind of thing. They get married or something.
Yeah.
Somehow she knows before he even arrives. Which also the actress is the Dragon Lady from.
That's right.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Who I thought was in Ex Machina for the longest time.
Yeah. I actually did a little bit too. I don't even think she's a really no-name. She's like a no-name actress.
She's trying to be though. That's why she's not.
She'll be
appearing nude.
She'll. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But no, it was great, and there's a lot of times where he's like, okay, all this time that he's waiting, he's trying to show human emotion a little more. So he'll the smiling I thought was kind of funny.
That's the worst part.
What are you talking about? It's cheesy.
In Terminator 2, that was the worst part. Watching it. You don't need cheesy! In an action movie, you don't need it that way. Arnold can't pull off cheesy. When he pulls off badass, he is motherfucking badass. Yeah. When he tries to do a little bit of cheesy, you're like, ah!
Calm down!
Throw it away.
There's not a whole lot of it. It's just more like, there's like some points where he talks about when are you going to mate with him or something like that, like to make John Connor the savior, and so he brings that up to her and she's like, shut up, I can't believe you're talking about that. That's funny, but anyways.
Watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day, whenever I did recently, I was at my parents' house. The parts where Arnold is being a little cheesy, it's like, seriously, it's just like...
I can't remember those parts that he's being cheesy.
He's talking with the kid. Oh, the vista, baby. Don't talk like that. You gotta be loose. You gotta smile and shit.
Gotcha.
Like, cut this out. Like Jar Jar Binks in episode 1. If you just cut this out, this would be okay. And Terminator 2 Judgment Day is one of the best films of all time.
Well, I thought like some of the things that were funny about it was just like, because he's a robot, he doesn't know how to simulate well. So he's trying to, and he's failing horribly at it. It kind of comes off kind of funny. And like the smiling part, just like he'll just go like. It's this little.
Let's call back to Terminator 2. Yeah, it's fine and all, but after a while, it just gets old.
Yeah. I think he does do it 2 or 3 times. Anyways, okay. My number 5 was Ted 2. Fucking hilarious.
Good to hear.
I thought it was great. One of the parts that stick out in my mind is like the beginning. It's funny throughout the whole thing, but one of my funniest parts was Mark Wahlberg's getting on Ted about he found
feel good.
He sold like cocaine or something to one of the guys. Like, you won't even notice this guy. Cause classic Family Guy. This guy, he's like, you don't even know who I sold it to. It's fine. And then he sees this guy doing jump rope. It's at a wedding. Okay, he's doing jump rope. He drops the jump rope, sucker punches a guy, and then jumps out the window. It's one of the funniest things ever.
That's awesome.
And anyways, so Ted 2's number 5. I think it's hilarious. Number 4 would be The Avengers: Age of Ultron. So that's my number 4.
Okay.
I felt like it kind of just played through these characters that you already know. That's the unfortunate thing about the Avengers movies. I'm kind of feeling is that there's nothing really new to tell other than the enemy side, all the good guys side. Other than Civil War coming up, I guess it's going to be a new one that comes up. That's going to be kind of. I'm looking at that for that refresh factor where it's just kind of like. You're seeing a lot of the same. They brought the Hulkbuster, and I mean, I liked it. Just the story wise, not. It's another in Age of Ultron compared. He was more badass in the trailer. I feel like than he was, or Age of Ultron. Sorry, Ultron was more badass in the trailer than he was.
Very good villain.
The movie. So, number 3.
There was something that felt lacking in that film, but yes, overall good.
Yep. Nice little teaser at the end. Time to take care of it myself.
I just read an article where Kevin Feige mentioned that Thanos will be making his presence known in a future film before Infinity War. So, pretty exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Number 3, Ant-Man.
Ooh, before Age of Ultron. I forgot about Ant-Man. Oh shit.
Yeah, Ant-Man I thought was refreshing. It was a whole. That was probably why, because it was a whole refreshing story. They played it off well. Yep. And they played the character very well. They told the story very well. I thought it was great. Even the very end where it kind of had it brought in Falcon. Wasp. Well, at the very end. Remember the guy with the I can't think of him. He has the push button, wings come out.
That's Falcon, but that's not the end. That's in the middle.
That's in the middle. Oh yeah, because that's when he gets the technology. Yep. Okay. All right. Sorry. So I feel like they assimilated that pretty well into it. You know,
yeah.
And
that felt nice.
They talked about the I'm not a guy in a red suit. What was it? What was he saying? I'm not a guy in a
or iron suit.
Iron suit, or maybe he made a mention that he was referring to either Captain America or Iron Man.
Definitely. There's some good stuff in that.
It was a good movie. I thought. Yeah. I liked it a lot. Number 2 would be Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh! Double mind blown. What the fuck?
I felt like the originality.
Now the game is what's number 1?
I felt like the originality wasn't quite there. It told a lot of 4, 5, and 6, or 1, 2, 3, however you look at it.
4, 5, 6. No, all these bullshit people that try to say New Hope is number 1. What the fuck wrong with you? It's episode 4, 5, and 6.
Was it episode 4 when it came out though?
When it first came out, it was Star Wars.
New Hope.
No, not even
Star Wars.
Just Star Wars.
Okay.
Because it was going to be the only movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then when George Lucas was like, I made a blockbuster, he decided I'm going to call it episode 4. It was never episode 1.
Oh, okay.
Number 1.
Okay.
Episode 4. A New Hope.
Hearing it from here, folks.
1977.
Okay. Anyways, so I felt like the originality wasn't there. It's pulled off well. I have no real arguments with it. I mean, okay, I do have arguments with it, but it's just I didn't want.
Let's save it for when I bring it up.
Okay.
We'll go official full talk in the Star Wars.
My number 1, which I found to be very good, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Mad Max: Fury Road.
Wow.
I love that movie.
Interesting. We're gonna have a very interesting conversation then for our number 1 movie.
I like that a lot. I think everything is pulled off well.
Yeah.
I have no arguments with
When
that
did
movie.
you watch it? See it in theaters?
Richards.
Cool. Yeah. No, that's a great movie. What more do you have? You want to say more?
If you have it in yours, I guess we can wait for.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's my top 10.
That's a good top 10.
So I finally felt like I did one of these top 10s justice, because usually I'm like, I got 2. So that one I actually.
No, that was good. That was a full top 10, and besides Pixels, pretty good.
Yeah. If you watch it, I'm gonna force you to watch it.
Nah, go watch that movie.
You are just going off reviews.
I'll let you listen to the podcast that I listened to about that movie.
Okay. And I'll see if I agree with it or not.
Okay. All right. My number 8 movie, Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2. So I read all the books. Really good books, I would say. I watched all the movies. good movies, okay movies. Every movie's felt lacking, but this is one that has felt the most. But also, like, I enjoyed watching it. Just something about this, like, watching it, like, everything was presented fine, like, the story was great, but just the direction, I guess, felt boring.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of long shots and a lot of focus.
Focused on what's your face's face.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence and
Dude, the last one, part one.
Yeah, like, I feel like if there was a better director, this movie would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But just something about it was lacking. And Jennifer Lawrence is awesome. She's an amazing actress in this role, but also I think in this version, her acting wasn't the best in this version of the film, this release. Anyway, if you like Hunger Games, you'll like this one, but to me, it felt something was missing.
Yeah, reading the books and stuff, and
yeah, like the book, like
they're comparing it
was very exciting. Maybe they, yeah, there's a lot of story to tell. Like this was it felt like a full movie, but splitting it from part 1 to part 2, maybe they could have trimmed things up, and it would have felt like action packed and fast paced. Maybe that would have been a better choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their 7th film. This film was very exciting for me. One night, I turned on Netflix, and I said, I just want to watch a movie. Don't know what I want to watch, I just want to watch it. And something popped up right away, and it was enticing. It was a movie called Circle. And it's 50 characters, 50 people are in a room, a black room, and they're standing on red circles. And if they get off of that circle or touch the other person that's next to them, they will die. They will be zapped right away and dead. And every minute to 2 minutes, it counts down and someone dies. So for an hour and a half, you're watching 49 people die. And it's pretty awesome because in those minute to 2 minutes, they have interactions, and it's a lot of commentary on people in general, of different races, different ages, different beliefs, and it brings up a lot of good conversations on who should die in given circumstances. So it's not for everybody, but it, to me, told a really cool story.
Existential crisis.
Yeah, in a different type of movie they don't normally see. Like that's something for me, someone who's seen a movie, a lot of movies that do the basic part A, part B, part C, the finale. Like, you have these moments that happen, and this is how the story transitions. Yeah. You know that the guy gets the girl at the end of the movie, but in the middle he loses her. Yeah. Like, all that bullshit. Yeah. Like, this is a different type of movie. It felt fresh, and it felt really cool. You didn't know what was going to happen. Like, anything could happen, and it did. So, pretty cool. My 6th movie, Marvel's Ant-Man.
Really?
Yeah. I liked it a lot. Paul Rudd was amazing as Scott, and I'm really excited what they do with future films in the Ant-Man franchise. They're going to have the sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Very excited because Evangeline Lilly from Lost is going to be the Wasp character, and that's really exciting. And she kicks ass in the Ant-Man film. That was exciting. They didn't really play that up in a lot of the previews, I felt. Yeah. She, the Hope character, was not shown a lot, but she was a big part about this film. And she kicked a lot of ass. Like, she felt, to me, like even, well, kind of like parallel, I guess, to like Black Widow. Like how she can fight and hold her own. Yeah. Like fucking she can too. Yeah. But very fun film, very funny. Didn't watch a lot of comedies this year, but it was very funny. Like I said, it felt fresh, and you said that too. Like it really tired in Age of Ultron for you, and that's saying something big time. Like a solo heist Marvel superhero film ranked better than the ultimate team up movie that we've had so far. Like that's saying something. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked the whole heist aspect. I liked how it was a Marvel superhero film, but basically a heist film. That part felt really nice. Yeah. The number 5th film, Tomorrowland. Something about this film, watching it felt euphoric. It was a very fun adventure. I felt like I was taken on a ride, like a Disney ride. I loved it a lot. I felt like the acting was great. George Clooney was awesome.
It was pretty funny, his interactions with the actress.
The main girl, and she was awesome. I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, but you were awesome. Definitely a shining star, I think. I hope to see a lot from her in future films. But it just I felt like a kid again. And watching, I'm like, I want to show this film to my future kids. I could tell like this is like going to be one of those films that if they like it, like this would be like a family movie, you know. So if that's kind of your thing, then I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of mystery to it, and the trailers were hiding a lot of information, and I think that scared a lot of people. Like, this movie did not do well. It bombed, basically.
Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that was mostly revolved around the mystery. Like, people did not know what this movie was going into it, and I felt that was nice. Like, to me, like, who normally sees a lot about movies ahead of time, you kind of get spoiled more than you would like to, like, through trailers like Batman vs. Superman.
You took the words out of my mouth. We already know what happens. We've seen the whole movie in the trailers.
Or have we?
We'll see. Well, until that happened, like, Doomsday gets introduced in the first 5 minutes. That scene.
I felt, I saw a theory where that's not Doomsday.
Oh, really?
So maybe Doomsday has not been revealed, but most likely he has. Yeah, Tomorrowland, I loved it. It told this really cool story that I was surprised that more people did not like. But whatever. Fuck them.
I never said I didn't like it.
No, not you. Not you, Nayla. Like, just given that honorable mention, that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Other reviewers that I've listened to have not given it favorable reviews, and I do not agree with them.
Yeah. I thought the story was told well. I just wish they expanded on the universe more.
And that's fine. I totally get that. Anyway, number 4 pick is Ex Machina.
Hey!
Yeah, another film that I like fell in love with instantly. I watched it on Amazon.
Prime.
Yep. And I was ecstatic to see it. Like, that was another thing where I don't know what to watch tonight. So I go on Amazon, and that was like one of the first things that popped up. I was like, yes!
It's finally out. We wanted to see that in theaters, but we didn't get to.
That was a film that from the trailers, I knew I wanted to watch and see. So,
fun fact about that one.
Yes.
That's actually a movie where the trailers told a different story. And it was not about any. The trailers made it almost seem like a horror movie. Like, the guy gets stuck in a thing with a robot, and because it showed like scenes with that robot, that one small scene where the robot's pounding one of his ex experiments, and she's pounding on the wall, and it looks like how the trailers show it was like the guy walks in. I don't think it ever shows the guy who owns.
No, it doesn't.
It never shows that in the trailer.
No, it didn't.
So the guy walks into this facility. The facility goes into lockdown. You see this robot start freaking out and pounding the wall and breaking. So it looks like the robot now needs to survive this robot. That's what the trailer shows you.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And that's what you're going expecting, like a little bit of a horror robot thing, and then it tells a whole different thing. It's actually very good.
You're right, because I do remember wanting to see the movie from that trailer, more for like kind of like the Tomorrowland aspect of like not knowing exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But you're right that the trailer did a horrible job showing what was there. Maybe that was them not wanting to give away too much.
Yeah.
That's that battle, but you're right, like I remember watching it now, like, that was a horrible trailer.
The trailer does not show the guy at all.
Yeah, it's
like,
weird.
But, and if the guy wins a lottery, he doesn't mention it, he wins a lottery, he goes there and all that stuff. But
that movie's pretty cool.
It was.
Dude.
It was good.
Like, him being scanned and everything, and, like, the the creator dude, the Oscar Isaac character, telling him like, you know, I did pick you on purpose and all that stuff. Like that's a fake lottery and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was a really cool movie. And just their talks, their character talks.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm really upset right now because there's a movie that I want to see before doing this, and I haven't seen it yet. The Hateful Eight character interactions talking. I want to see that movie so bad, but it's not out yet. Or it is starting today. Coming out December 31st. Yeah, whatever. Hateful Eight, go watch. It's probably going to be on number 1, but hey, whatever. Shit happens. Anyway.
Huge bomb.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
You know what direction the director is taking?
Quentin Tarantino. He knows how to make a movie, Kevin, okay? He's not some fucking...
He's gonna go out with a bang, but with the bad bang.
Oh, don't say that. Don't you dare. That's blasphemy. That's my Jesus, okay? Alright, so we talked about Ex Machina, really cool sci-fi film. If you like Stanley Kubrick, you will like that film. Number 3, Avengers, Age of Ultron. You're right. There's something lacking from this film. I think what kind of peeved me the most was how the movie starts. You're brought right into them fighting. And I guess what I was expecting was, let's see something that brings them together versus, yeah, we're already here, we're doing this. Like, we felt there's a lot missing where, like, what happened? Like, there's too much of this big chunk that we haven't seen. Yeah. That's the part that we want to see. Yeah. But we didn't get that. So that kind of felt lacking. I like the characters. Vision turned out great. Yep. The Vision character, the new superhero, the badass that has the mind gem, I want to say. That he...
Well, isn't that one of the gems? You tell me that's one of the Infinity Stones? So...
which Thanos needs.
Yep. That's going to be pretty interesting.
It's probably just going to be removed and so it'll be like, oh, I'm dead for a while, but now I can be without the mind gem.
Because I have power.
Yeah.
That'll happen at the beginning of Infinity Wars, probably.
Ooh, Infinity War Part 1, Vision dies. Infinity War Part 2, at the end, he comes back and kills Thanos. Spoiler alert. Yeah, Age of Ultron, it's a fun movie. It's good. Everything's, like, there's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing, like, too great about it either, I guess you could say. The semi-setups of Civil War in there with Iron Man and Captain America kind of being mad at each other in the cabin, like, that felt a little weak to me. And that kind of goes back to my feelings for a while. They're putting out Civil War way too early. Yeah. Civil War should be a Phase 3, Phase 4 film. After these characters have histories of being buddy-buddy for a while. Okay. They've just known each other. Yeah. And now they're going to have this, I was your best friend, now I hate you, I'm going to kill you. Like, that doesn't feel real. Yeah. They don't have these years of having each other's back, saving each other's lives from supervillains. They don't have that. Yeah, you remember Loki? Yeah, we beat his ass. And Ultron, yeah, we deleted him. But, like...
Delete?
Yeah. That's it. Like, they don't have the history. So that's kind of Civil War future bummer, but whatever. Spider-Man's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, wait. Did that happen this year?
What?
Marvel acquiring part of... How did that make news? How did that not make news?
I don't know.
Where 2015. Marvel acquired Spider-Man, everybody. Or half acquired or something.
They have a partnership with Sony.
Yeah.
So Marvel has the say of what happens with Spider-Man, but Sony releases the movie still. Anyway, we get...
Fantastic Four bombed again, so...
Yeah, so hopefully next year we get Fantastic Four. We got Taskmaster this year. A lot of Marvel, they're picking up a lot of rights again, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, Avengers, Age of Ultron, pretty good film. Number 3. Number 2, Mad Max.
Really?
Fury Road.
I wonder what your number one's gonna be.
So yeah, Mad Max really surprised me. Well, kind of half surprised because the reason why I went to see this film is all the positive buzz that was going on. There was so much positive buzz. I'm not a huge fan of the Mad Max franchise.
Yep.
With Mel Gibson, like I fast forward through the second one, I think, and nothing just seemed appealing to me. But this one was a thrill ride. Like it's a non-stop action-packed movie where you are constantly moving.
It's gonna be a great day.
Yeah, and the world was awesome. This weird characters that Tom Hardy, Mad Max, has been like thrown into, like the people with the bleached skin, basically.
Yep.
Like all those characters, and the dude with the mask and everything.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, like
He sounded very sinister too.
yeah, and the characters felt really good. One dude, the main dude with the bleached skin, that turned out to be a good guy. He's in X-Men Apocalypse. He's Beast. He's been in
Really?
Yeah. Is that crazy? All these characters that look different.
You can't tell.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of actors and everything, Tom Hardy, Mel Max, Tom Hardy, who is the character, who is the star of this movie, that character was not the main focus of the movie.
No.
It was Furioso.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron's character.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. That was a nice little switch that we were not expecting, but felt cool.
Yeah.
That this badass woman was kind of leading this charge to be the hero.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you like action movies, you'll like Mad Max. Some of the coolest action stuff, too, that I've seen in a while. The whole motorcycle vehicles chasing, and the guys with the picks and everything.
Yep.
The guy with the guitar.
I was gonna say, at first I'm like, well, that's kind of cheesy, but then thinking about it, like thinking back to like Civil War days, they had people with drums. Their main job was just to hype the battle,
hype it up,
and that's what these guys are playing a guitar, flames shooting out, everything's going crazy.
Stacks of amps.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So that was a really good movie.
Definitely.
And like I said, Thomas Hardy.
Thomas Hardy.
He did very well in it, and I can't find a complaint really with.
Played the silent hero for a lot of it.
Yep.
But he pulled it off really well.
Yep.
He's a fucking good actor.
He is. He's very good.
So, number one. Peanuts. Pixels, sorry. Pixels. No, it's fucking Star Wars. Like, come on. So, I understand the gripes of too samey of the past films, but that's kind of what Star Wars is. It kind of feeds off of itself in a way, and I will say that this one did it a little bit more than I would have liked. There's definitely, like, the villain is a Vader-esque character with the whole mask and everything, but it does give it a good reason. I will say that the movie gave it good reasons why it's feeling very samey in a way, but also it's like a setup film, so it has to reintroduce these characters, and we haven't had a Star Wars film in a while, so it's kind of like, this is Star Wars. Now watch Episode 8, which is going to tell, like, the real story. Like,
I hope that's what they do with it.
Yeah, like, this is that intro chapter that, like, this is part one of the book. Yeah. Like, we need that middle chapter that's going to make this one even better. Yeah. You know?
The reintroduction.
Yeah. So, I did everything right, though. Like, there's no real gripes about it other than the whole samey thing with me. Like, watching it felt like Star Wars. From someone, like, director-wise, like, who loves Star Wars, but it's not George Lucas. Like, I felt like JJ did this movie and series justice.
Yeah.
It felt like Star Wars, but better than what George Lucas in the modern times could do.
Yeah. The other thing that kind of got me, I guess, would be the guy. I can't never remember his name. So it's K.
Oh, Kylo Ren?
Yes. When he took his mask, I could almost feel people scoffing in the movie theater when his mask came off there.
Yeah.
He did. I felt he didn't quite look sinister enough. He looked more. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say he didn't come off as emo, but he came off as just
the prissy little kid that wants it all.
And he, like I said, yeah, exactly. And I guess maybe that's what they were going for, seeing as his goal is to be Darth Vader, but better than Darth Vader. Yeah. Maybe that's why they came off as that. But hopefully it comes off as more sinister. Maybe some deformity might happen that makes him look more sinister. I don't know, but maybe just the fact that he's about to engulf all this darkness from the leader that.
Maybe he'll turn good.
That too. That could be a plot twist.
There's so much that could happen, but yes, I do. I guess my biggest gripe would actually be the villain, Kylo Ren. Like I'm not super thrilled that it's.
Before his mask came off, I was happier than when his mask came off.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the pictures, and like even when I saw the pictures, I wasn't happy. I was like, ugh. But that's kind of the aspect of always keeping the mask on, like Darth Vader. Like you never saw in like fucking Master Chief. You never see that. And it's more exciting in a way. There's all that mystery that you'll never see. But I feel like maybe they want to show the human side of this character more because he is battling with the light side and the dark side. Yeah. We're basically skipping ahead 30 years from Return of the Jedi. There's all this history of Luke training Jedis, and then he trained Kylo Ren, Ben, Solo. Spoiler alert. And he turned bad. So we've already seen the Jedis kind of rise back up, kind of small, but then go back down. So what's going to happen at this movie now? Future. But that's just talking about episode 8. Yeah. Which they don't even know yet. Seriously, they don't even know.
Carrie Fisher, that's the actress.
Carrie Fisher, yeah.
I seen something dumb today.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Star Wars fandom people are criticizing her. And she actually went on Facebook. Yeah. She went on Twitter and blasted them. She said, "Bite me" or something like that. That she didn't age well. In fact, the whole thing they said. I thought the whole thing going in was that they weren't going to hide the ages of their characters.
Yeah.
Which I like. I don't want a CGI formed version of Harrison Ford or Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
or a different actor.
It's. Anyways,
having those original actors in those spots, even knowing years ahead of time that this was going to happen, still seeing that, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And they did justice with those characters, especially Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He was in the movie a lot, even though they potentially cut a lot too, because he got hurt during making that film.
Yeah, he did.
He broke his leg, and they had to reshoot some stuff. So
I'm always interested in seeing seeing it again, because apparently there's a bunch of voice cameos that I didn't even hear.
Yeah, there is. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor.
Yep, and Yoda.
Was the Yoda one?
There was
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Supposedly there was supposed to be Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I think I heard something. And is that supposed to happen during... I heard it's when she touched his lightsaber and she starts seeing the visions. That's when it all happens.
That's the Obi-Wan and Yoda one. The Anakin one did not pan out. That did not happen.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So yeah. So game. What should be our game of the year? It's fun. Should we have a Fractal Mind game of the year? Rock Band 4?
Sure.
It's the only game we both play.
That's the funnest one that you do with more than 2 people and have good times, party nights, and
there you go.
Multiplayer.
Not sponsored by Harmonix. Not sellouts. 2015.
Rock Band Road Crew 2015.
Cool. Yeah. Whatever. It's a fun game. If you like music, you'll like that game.
Yeah.
Movie of the year. We have Mad Max and Star Wars to choose from. We have a movie that is...
I didn't hear any criticisms of Mad Max, and I heard plenty of criticisms of Star Wars. Did I say Mad Max?
We have the best movie of a franchise that came out, and then we have
Do you really want Tom Hardy showing up at the house? Hopefully in a Bane costume.
So, you don't want it to be Star Wars?
It's not original enough. It tells the story we already seen. And its main character is.
But there's a big ship that destroys planets in it.
No, it's a giant planet, which we've seen that at number 4.
That wasn't a planet. That was a moon. Moon-sized ship.
It was the Death Star, and then this one was the Death Planet.
Starkiller.
Yes.
You know where the Starkiller name comes from, right?
Uh-uh.
That was the original name of Skywalker.
Really?
It would have been Luke Starkiller.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that.
Yep.
I like Skywalker a lot better.
Yep. It's a lot better, but also it's like Starkiller is pretty badass too. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm fine with Mad Max.
Yay!
It's a pretty good film. Yeah.
The reason Star Wars ain't winning here, folks, is because we do have gripes about it. It's not bad.
You have more gripes than I do. I will say.
But you do have gripes.
It was my number 1 movie.
Did not come up with gripes for Mad Max.
Because overall, it was a fun movie, but the story that was given to me in Star Wars and like the presentation, I like more.
You know what else I noticed in Star Wars, like this one compared to other ones? It's not really a gripe. It's just more or less I noticed. It seemed like because we watched the first episode 1, 2, and 3, we plan on watching 4, 5, and 6.
Time.
We hit time again. Maybe I'm just not remembering 4, 5, and 6 well enough, but I felt like 1, 2, and 3. They were in a desert. They were at the city. Like they showed different parts of the universe again and told like kind of what was going on with politics and all that other stuff. This one, you were from the spaceship to the desert planet.
That was the best part of the movie.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it just felt like they also didn't expand on what the rest of the universe is going through right now.
And that was a big gripe in episode 1. That's why I told Russ. Like Russ watched episode 1 and he loved it for some reason. Yeah. And it was like the whole politics and everything. That was my big negative of it. And he's like, oh, I didn't mind it. It's like I see where you're coming from, connecting the different parts, but
I just wanted to know what the state of the universe is compared to with the state of this planet, and it was the planet and the Star Killer.
Yeah, I guess you're right because we don't really know like what's going on with the First Order, but I think that's more in comparison with the originals. That we watched the prequels and watched the originals.
4, 5, and 6.
I think you would have saw more comparison with it, and you probably would have even harped harder on it, comparing it more to the originals. yeah.
Mad Max.
Alright, so we have Rock Band, Mad Max. We have... Oh, God. Kevin's got old on me. He's aged. What? You crowned the champion, then you broke your back? What happened there?
I think I pinched a nerve.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what the hell happened. I got fun.
So, you got some world news. I want to talk a little bit about music.
I also have TV shows. I'll go fly through these real quick.
Fuck, dude. This is
already like almost 2 hours.
We don't record for 2 months, and now we record for 4 hours.
So, real quick, I'm going to go over my top 8. Well, okay, I only watched...
Top 8?
Not top 8. I only watched like 8 TV shows this year. Like, I watched Justified, but I haven't watched this year's Justified. I'm basing it on this season, current seasons. Okay. So, like, Justified I can't because not only can I not watch it, or not only have I not watched it, but if I do watch it, I got to pay for it, and I'm like...
Who pays for
$50
content anymore?
Yeah, so. Alright, so for this year of shows that I've watched, number 8, I watched 8 current seasons. Number 8, the very bottom, The Walking Dead. I feel like it has gotten better. It has definitely gotten better.
Which I've heard.
And I thought it was really cool. Of course, they did that stupid mid-season finale. Yep. So we gotta wait for a couple months.
Heroes Reborn did that after 10 episodes, and they're gonna come back with 3 episodes. Mid-season finale. That's my thoughts on Heroes Reborn's mid-season finale.
That's not a mid-season. That's 3/4 of the way season finale.
Yep.
Yes.
Bullshit.
How long you gotta wait for it? Anyways,
since Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay. Walking Dead, number 8. Okay. Number 7. I almost put Walking Dead ahead of it, but it had some good elements near the end. It got more. It got more better. It got
more better.
It got better at the end. Jessica Jones would be my
Okay.
number 7.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't as compelling as Daredevil.
Nope.
It did fall, but I mean, they were telling a story that was told in the comic book, I guess,
So, yeah.
which
yeah.
I guess just wasn't appealing to me. So
Sure.
number 7 was Jessica Jones.
And I felt like how they told that story though, like it wasn't the best, but it was a cool show.
Yeah. Number 6, the finale of Mad Men, the final season.
Final season, yeah.
Very good way to end it. I mean, that ended somehow.
Is True Detective gonna be appearing on this list?
Fuck my
A
life.
show that I forgot came out this year.
Same here. I think it would actually show up at the well.
I don't think it would appear on your list, would it?
Well, if I'm doing a top 10, I mean, it would make it in the top 10
Yeah.
because I would only have 9. So coming in at number 9 is True Detective. Anyways, so, number 6, Mad Men. Number 5, Better Call Saul.
Oh,
I actually liked it a lot. It
Yeah.
keeps true to the Breaking Bad series, but at the same time, or I should say Breaking Bad elements.
Yeah.
But it's not taking anything away from Breaking Bad. Like, you see characters. My mind was blown when I saw, what's his face from Grand Theft Auto on there.
Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor, when she came up as a funny character.
That blew all of our minds. You pointed it out.
Yeah,
You were like, that's Trevor.
I'm like, he reminds me of someone. I'm like, I went off for like 10 seconds making incoherent words. 5, Better Call Saul. Number 4, The Americans was fantastic this season. Can't wait till next season. Of course, it has to do with Russian spies in America. Go figure, our roommate's Russian, and he likes it too.
You just want to appeal to Al.
The scariest thing about the Americans is that Russian spies are watching it going, or not, I guess ex-spies, because they're spies today, they won't be coming out. I guess they're like, yeah, it's basically how it was back then. Because this is like telling how spies work back in the Cold War era. So, and they're like, yeah, it's basically what went on. And seeing what went on is kind of scary, knowing that it could be happening today as well. Number 3, Man in the High Castle. Go figure.
Number 3.
Yeah, I know. Man in the High Castle, amazing series. After thinking about it, this one, number 2, I was kind of but number 2 was very exciting. Number 3, though, Man in the High Castle, excellent series about what would happen if Nazis won World War II, and Japan, obviously.
I like that premise a lot. I didn't feel like they showed all that they could have.
Yeah, I feel like 10 episodes is kind of short for starting a giant world like that. Like not a giant world, but a new United States.
Exactly. And I didn't really like the characters at first.
Right.
It took me midway.
I hated the
that
woman.
show.
I hate the main protagonist. I hated her.
I actually liked her.
I didn't like her.
I liked her. I hated the guys.
I hated her decision. Well, her husband was kind of a priss, but
her decisions didn't matter to me. Like for the longest time, like I didn't know where they were going for a while, and then it finally kind of clicked in. But she was alright.
My favorite character, a Nazi.
Which the Nazi spy dude?
Farhurführer, whatever.
Oh, that dude. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, the one with the black hair. He's one of the top guys. He's fighting. He has some inner people trying to assassinate him, and he's taking care of business kind of thing. So I liked him. He came off as a pretty cool guy.
Yep, I agree with that.
One of the amazing things is that the actors that you have seen in previous, they're not even main characters in the show. Like I want to say there were 2 or 3 actors you've seen in previous works.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So like the guy, the one I was talking about, I can't even think of his name because the Germans have such long names for their rankings. But the Führer I'm talking about, I liked him, and he's not even like a main actor I've seen before.
No, yeah.
So, number 2, Daredevil. Love Daredevil.
Number 2.
I love Daredevil TV shows.
Wow.
So I thought it was amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I love Daredevil too.
I can't think of the actor who played the main villain.
Wilson Fisk. I don't remember the actor.
Wilson Fisk was amazing. I loved him as a villain. He was an amazing villain.
Yeah.
Fucking, and in Daredevil, everything about it. I thought it was an amazing TV show. I think all 3 of us binge watched it in 2 days, 3 days.
Al wasn't there for all of it.
He wasn't there, was it?
No, he kind of slid down on us.
Yeah, he did. That was really good.
Yeah,
Daredevil's amazing.
We wanted to watch that thing.
There were so many moments. Jessica Jones had a chance to introduce. They did introduce the nurse.
I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. She's going to be a connected point for all of those shows. But
when it came to the lawyers, I was expecting someone to show up.
They kept bringing up a lawyer, and I kept looking at you like, it's going to be there.
We're all giddy, like little girls.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen. happen. Never. It did not happen.
Nope.
Must have been some kind of contract dispute. I'm not showing up in that movie. Number 1. Because it still is thrilling, still suspenseful, still has you guessing where the fuck it's going. Game of Thrones.
I completely forgot about Game of Thrones. I thought
Jon Snow, anybody?
I thought that was a video game.
Most fucking random ending. And then, I don't know. I'm going to talk about what I've seen. Like,
that's interesting they put that high because people were upset about like the first half of that season. But to me, like, I kind of appreciate the slow burn on that season because I mean it did leave a very exciting ending.
And I feel like going forward, there are going to be slow burning seasons because he has not finished. George R.R. Martin, has not finished the books yet.
Yep.
So he's still creating the story as he goes himself. So the TV shows might show off a little bit slower because he probably doesn't know how he wants the book.
He's making it up now on the spot versus they already had the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting future for Game of Thrones because this has definitely been one of the more one of the better shows of recent times. So
yeah,
it'll be sad to see a very flat ending for it. There was news about Braum coming back, the kid that like could go into the wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, finally, he didn't need to show up in that at all. I'm just saying, there's characters who didn't show up in the season that I'm not gonna say I'm not disappointed because I didn't like them, but I'm not disappointed because I felt plenty from the other characters that showed. So.
Yeah, and I'm fine with shows doing that if like they don't have this character ready right now. You like Lost used to do that. That used to piss me off. But like now it kind of makes sense. But as long as the other characters kind of make up for it. Since you kind of talked about TV shows, it kind of reminded me of a few things. I go through. I feel like I'm missing some stuff, but Jessica Jones, good. David Tennant, awesome villain. Purple Man, super overpowered. Power, being able to control minds basically by giving suggestion. That was super overpowered, but really fun season. I'm excited for more Marvel TV shows. Man in High Castle, I watched it after you guys freaked out about it. I liked it. It was good. It didn't entice me until a little later, which most other shows it doesn't really happen. But hey, whatever. Really excited about the future of that show.
Yeah.
With what happened at the end. I won't say what happened because
the end is
it's a good little moment. You guys, honestly, for me, kind of overhyped it. That's all right. It still felt good. Felt nice. Not that mind blowing, but it's okay.
How is it not mind blowing?
Because I like I said,
how you took it.
I just is this happening? Is this what's happening? Okay, cool. So whatever. Good show. Daredevil, very good. I like that show a lot. It took Marvel's movie telling experience into a 13-episode TV show, and it did more with characters and introductions than any movie could. It gave us a very powerful villain and his story. We got to see all of his story. That was really cool and exciting. It was an origin story, not just for Daredevil, but also for Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Yeah, watch fucking Daredevil.
I hope he shows up later.
He has to.
He has to.
So my number one show, which is very exciting, I kind of almost forgot about this, but Mr. Robot.
Oh yeah, Mr. Robot.
Yeah, this show blew me away. Like, you talk about not necessarily mind-blowing, but just like kind of bending information and stuff like that. Like, Mr. Robot keeps you guessing for a very long time, and it does give you one of those twists near the end too. Spoiler alert. But yeah, Mr. Robot is so cool. It deals with like urban terrorism, like hackers and stuff like that. It's a really good show. It's one of those shows where the less you say, the better, because you just gotta watch it and you'll get what's happening. But really cool. What I will say, it's the unreliable narrator. Like it's kind of like Tales from the Borderlands, where it's giving you information, but it's the wrong information.
Okay.
And that's always fun. So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mr. Robot. You can only watch it on USA, which kind of sucks. So it's kind of limiting like who can watch it. But hopefully it comes out on Amazon or Netflix soon.
All right.
Yeah. So that's TV shows. We have world news to talk about still.
One world news.
Okay.
Got one.
Thank
Most of it
goodness.
was depressing. So
Yeah, fucking shootings and people dying all the time. Don't want to mention that.
get over yourselves.
Drink to that.
The same. Oh, it's one thing I forgot to look up. That's not a big deal. Well, what the hell's happening, Cat?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so the same year that we decided to hike the Appalachian Trail, a guy named Scott Jurek went and broke the record for hiking the entire Appalachian Trail.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
Scott Jerk? Is that what his name is?
Scott Jurek.
Oh.
Out of Duluth, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
It averages that it's 2,189 miles from Georgia to Maine, and he's 41 years old. Ultra marathon maybe it's ultra marathon. No, it's like something I've never heard of before. It's like some
Super ultra to the max.
He's like a vegan or something. Anyways,
he's gluten free. He's a vegan or something. That's where his powers come from. He doesn't eat the meat.
He eats the plants on his during his hike. Anyways,
so smart. How did we think of that? Carry less.
There you go. So people who want to hike the entire thing, it averages 6 months.
Okay.
Took
half a year.
Yep. Took him 46 days, 8 hours, and 7 minutes to hike the entire thing.
Holy shit.
Yep. So that
Did he do it nonstop?
Yeah. And
wow.
I think what they said was that he carried a day pack. So it's like normally a day pack is just for 1 day of hiking.
Yeah.
And he would show up to the camps like like our group did. And he would, hey, is there anything that he would actually ask
barter.
for? Yeah, barter, or just say if there's anything that they don't want or
Yeah.
they don't think they're gonna eat.
Wow.
And they'd give him food, and that's how he would.
It's kind of grimy.
Yeah, that's. I can only imagine what he had to endure for.
Oh sure, but like also like the strain on your body, like that was some like it takes a lot out of you hiking up. Well. Also, we had 60 pounds on our backs the entire time.
I think Al had like 90.
We kind of, like, I mean, for first-timers, I would say, like, maybe we overpacked a little. Like, for me, like, I don't really see too much I would have changed, but I could see doing it in less gear being not so straining on your body. But, like, at the end of the day hiking, that was, I was like, my back's broken. I can't move. There was times where I'm like, I can't feel my shoulders at all. Like, they were dead, but yeah, still a fun time. That's impressive. Fuck. So less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And most people do in 6 months.
Yep.
That's incredible.
So he probably even hiked at night. There's probably times where he probably hiked 2 or 3 days without stopping, maybe.
Wow.
But
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Someone should have filmed that.
They actually picked up on it, I think, halfway through, and a camera crew joined them. And
that's not exciting.
Yeah.
So that's the best part.
To take photos of him posing. Hey, can we get you posing on that rock over there?
Yeah. With that big scruffy beard.
Yep.
Being halfway through. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that bad because he's only doing it for less than 60 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty exciting. World news. Just want to bring up last 2 exciting things that happened in 2015 for me involving music. Les and Jake's Wake and Bake weekend. They had their hometown shows in Gainesville.
Got to do the tour?
Yep, they did a little tour in Gainesville. Felt a little bit more attached to everything, so that was pretty cool. Met a lot of really cool people there. Always see familiar faces, but never really interacted with them. So this year, there's a lot of interactions, and felt nice. Felt good.
Good.
The people, the community of Les and Jake is good people, and band just they play good music.
Big ass.
Yep. And then Fest, another Gainesville event that has become a yearly tradition for me, and this year was incredible for a year that wasn't too exciting for bands wise. Like music festival that has over 300 bands playing. There's a lot of variety, a lot of smaller bands that play, but always exciting bands that play. This year was a really cool Friends year.
Mm-hmm.
Met a lot of cool people, and we're able to go to the shows with them and just have good times, hang out, talk about Star Wars, and just like feel like you're at a punk rock summer camp in a way. Like that you feel connected to these people even though you just met them last year, and the moment that you see them, like you feel like you like just time hopped from that previous year to this year. That was a really cool feeling, you know, back with the hotel roomies. But yeah, just I gotta shout out. Fest is awesome, and if you like music, you like punk rock music, come out to Gainesville for 3 days and have a party during Halloween. That's no other. And see awesome bands that play kick-ass music and break your phone and get crowd surfed, and don't be mad about it. I'm not even mad that my phone's broken. Well, it works fine, but it's just screen's cracked. Who cares? Have fun! Watch Blink-182 get covered, Dude Ranch, their best punk rock album. That was incredible. Fuck! Love that album.
He had an amazing time, folks.
Oh, it's amazing. How was a hot dog?
He was a hot dog. Everyone touched his wiener.
Yeah.
And I read a book.
Yeah, you read Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. That was an amazing... I don't think there's any chance ever of that being made into a movie. Only because there's so many trademarks and copyrights they'd have to get control of to be able to...
Well, if anyone could do it, Steven Spielberg can.
Yeah. But it was amazing. That was quite the journey.
I'm excited for that movie. Seriously.
There's a movie?
Yeah, dude.
There is a Ready Player One movie coming out.
Steven Spielberg is going to direct
I thought like that was your hope. Like, hopefully Steven Spielberg can do it.
No, dude. It's
when is that supposed to be?
I want to say next year.
Holy
Possibly
shit.
2017.
All right. Well,
yeah, man.
Cool.
It's
I read the
happening.
book just in time then.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Good timing.
So, yeah, good book. My future... okay, real quick, because I know we got a long movie here. It's a movie. It's still linked to a movie.
It's longer than Star Wars.
Yeah. What do you look forward to going into 2016?
What do I look forward to?
Yep.
Well, obviously, my band that I joined recently. That it would be an understatement not to mention it because I've been drumming for...
Bargain bin heroes.
I've been playing the drums for 12 years now, so actually in January it would be 13 years, I think. 16. Yeah, 13 years. So it feels good to use the skills that you've been training and learning for so long. You would use it in classical band and like in orchestra, and that's fun and all, but it's also not exciting. So to be in an actual band that is going to be performing like that is a bizarre feeling. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to see what Fractal Minds becomes. It's definitely something that's going to be transforming in a way in 2016, but I think we could do some really cool things with it. I look forward to podcasting, but also many things. Yeah, I look forward to that. What else? 2016. Looking forward to Fest.
Looking forward to all the concerts from 2015.
Oh, Les and Jake is doing Losing Streak and Hella Rock View album shows. I mean, yeah, I've seen those albums already, but also it's always a good time.
Sorry we didn't delve into music too much more for 2015.
Oh, Rehasher, Make the Noise, album of the year, 2015. Red State Radio's self-titled album was okay. Kind of a disappointment. Modest Mouse, good record. Strange to Start Ourselves, good record. I would say that's number 2 of the year. Number 3 was Red State Radio.
Didn't listen to the entire album from 2015.
Oh, okay, man.
I listened to the radio.
You need to listen to Spotify. Radio. I listen to the radio. No Big Fish is yelling at you right now.
Probably.
Sell out.
All right. My 2016, real quick. I plan on reading more. Hey,
that's always a good one.
Writing more. Hey,
I would like to see that.
And
we should write a movie.
Write a game into a movie. Write a book that turns into a video game that turns into a movie.
Turns into a TV show.
Or TV show. I'm fine with
Turns
that.
into
Multiple seasons.
A final record.
Like Game of Thrones. I look forward to Game of Thrones. Where the fuck Jon Snow's gonna do?
Yeah.
Watch them not show Jon Snow for the entire season.
That'd be some Luke Skywalker bullshit there.
Yeah.
Wow. No. Don't you dare say
They
that.
probably won't. It's probably
He's in the first poster.
It's gonna be probably like the opening scene with like him. So they'll.
I can see it being a tease for like maybe the end of the first episode and
Yeah.
like do it at the end.
Could be.
I can see that.
Look forward to that.
I will.
I look forward to playing to all the games that I didn't play in 2015.
Halo 5.
And then not playing any 2016 games,
Nope.
giving you a list of 2015 games.
Except for Quantum Break.
He's all about Quantum Break.
Season 2 of Wolf Among Us, hopefully, or other Telltale games.
Something I haven't told James about or anyone, but
Half-Life 3?
I'm sorry.
Cortana! Why?
That summarizes 2015 for us.
Can't wait for Windows 11.
She's interrupted us so many times. But yeah, I'm going to my first ever NBA game on January 31st.
31st.
I'm going to watch the Orlando Magic take on the Boston Celtics. Yeah.
Good luck. Even I know the Celtics. Huh,
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, so I was going to my first NBA game ever and go with my friend Lewis, who hasn't been on the show at all or been mentioned probably. Probably you, like off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty cool. And
Awesome.
gave up my Dolphins this year. Dolphins aren't going anywhere. Look forward to seeing what they do. Not a whole lot. I won't go into it right now. So yeah, look forward to all the seasons for all the shows I mentioned earlier, and all the games that come out. Where they plan on going with HoloLens.
That'd be cool.
E3 2016. I look forward to
This
that.
could be because VR is going to be very big.
Oh yeah, PlayStation's gotten a VR. I didn't mention that, but they changed their name from
Morpheus from
Morpheus to PlayStation VR.
What a horrible idea, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, Morpheus is kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
Sure, it's kind of hokey, but, like, that works.
Now it's just bland VR.
PlayStation VR. I have no emotion.
You're the Elcor from
This is my expression right now. I forget how they talk.
It's like they explain their expression before they talk. Massive disdain.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Sad expression.
Yeah.
PlayStation VR name change. Yoda I am.
Alright.
I'm excited for Rock Band 4 DLC.
There you go.
Hopefully someone else will do it. Make it happen, please. What else is going to be happening?
Tool, they're doing their tour again.
They're doing a new album?
I don't know about a new album, but they're going on tour again.
Yeah.
So remember, he's
cool.
well, Al's gonna go see
Give
them.
it a little shout to Al.
See them to
I'd
Orlando.
like to see it. It's already sold out.
Yeah, they're already with Primus again, or Primus.
Primus.
So that's who they're touring with, and yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah. Movies. Movies are coming out. We have Civil War.
There's like 11 of them. We mentioned them in a different thing. There's like 11 movies.
Marvel Civil War should be really exciting. And we're going to be getting... We're either getting a Star Wars film at the end of this year, or we're getting it in May or March of next year. And that's going to be Rogue One, the first anthology film that's like a side story. It's set before Episode 4.
Hey.
Yeah. It's going to be telling the story of how the rebels get the plans of the Death Star. So, want more Death Star? You got it, buddy.
I would love to see them bring up, why do we want to leave one of like the main defense of this thing, or not defense, but the main weakness exposed this way? And then I want to hear that conversation.
Hey, we have this open ventilation right here. If someone drops a bomb, they can probably blow us up. It's fine. We don't have time for that. We gotta blow it up Alderaan.
Oh, that's great.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
2016.
Marvel, Batman. We finally get to see this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
We finally get to see this movie that we've seen
The setup to the Justice League.
Yep.
DC's Avengers.
Is she with you?
Is she with you?
Is the line? Is she with you?
Oh.
No, I thought she was with you.
I thought she was with you. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that film actually. Lex Luthor or Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was not.
It's like they're not making him play the Lex, like the Lex Luthor character. They're letting him create the Lex Luthor character,
Which I like.
Yeah, so
Which I like a lot.
That first when he was first like announced as Lex, everyone's like, really?
I was not thrilled.
Yeah. So
but hey, it's working out.
Yeah.
Opposite of bald hair to long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. That right there changes everything.
Changes everything. He's a little kooky little kid. Zombieland 2. Where's Zombieland 2?
Yeah, really. What the hell? I want more Woody Harrelson. Oh, he died, didn't he?
No.
Who died? Didn't like one of the main characters die in that one? Not Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's character.
That was Bill Murray.
No, I thought
you meant Woody Harrelson died. The main characters, none of them died.
Oh, okay, cool.
Bill Murray died.
Yep. He was the main character.
Peace,
He was a funny little side character.
He was. So Woody called him up to be in that movie.
Oh god, as a zombie probably.
Yeah, as a cameo. It's like, you want to be in this movie? It's like, he had a little relationship with Bill Murray. That's kind of
pretty cool.
Yeah,
You can see like being the opening scene, like as it like rolls the credit or the beginning credits.
Yeah.
See Bill Murray like walking through the streets or
That'd
something.
be kind of cool.
So.
Oh, that'd be a cool little re-edit. Open my mind of editing stuff.
Okay, we talked enough. There's plenty of editing to go on with this video alone.
I hope you guys watch this because this is fun.
Yeah, changes coming up. We'll make a video about that later. Our achievement challenge we'll be coming up with.
Achievement Wars.
Achievement Wars.
Yep.
Find out who won that.
If you guys want to support us, we might start a Patreon. Probably not. That's my move. Yeah, alright. That was 2015. That was pretty exciting.
Hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
We got over 10,000 views.
Yeah, there were some accomplishments for us. Over 10,000. Our Risk video, over 2,000.
Over 2,000.
That's exciting.
That we didn't know.
No, we didn't know. Maybe we should do another
Haven't
Risk.
paid attention to our YouTube page in a month and a half.
We should play another Risk game. If you want to see that, let us know in the comments. If you watched the end of this video, you just did. Let us know because you just told us.
If you watch the end of this video, we will give you something.
We'll give you a poster. We'll give you a movie
posters.
poster.
We have action figures. That we got loot crates that we don't need anymore. I got that one loot crate still. I'll give you the whole damn loot crate.
That's exciting.
The one from like February that I joined you on.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. I still have it in my room. So
yeah, if you want us to give you stuff, let us know.
There's gonna be like 20 people. I watched the video. Shit.
Maybe we should put it at the beginning. We're figuring things out, folks. Anyway, 2015, we hardly knew ya, but goodbye. Signing out, Fractal Minds.
Bye.
No, let's stop it.